though. Oh, they can't even see you on the other screen. How's everyone doing? I hope everyone's doing well. Let me put my glasses on. Oh, there you are. Phoenix is having technical difficulties, but me and my crickets are here. Welcome to the circus. It's Sunday. I don't even know what day of the week is it. What day of the week is it? It's Sunday. Welcome to the circus. I'm that artist formerly known as Godless Sewing. I go by William now, but you can still call me Godless Sewing. I hope everyone's doing well. Phoenix, eventually her tech will catch up. I hope. Man, those crickets, they wait until I go on stream and then they start chirping. Oh, whoops. Yay. Hi. Do you know what's really funny? Today in my insanity, I bought an exercise bike because I have full intentions. I've been riding it. I skate. I was in an old man hockey league up until COVID time, and then I kind of, became out of shape.
Welcome to my show. I am here. I think so. Let's see if I can add one more camera. I might not like this view, but we'll see what happens.
I knew that would get a reaction out of Kilroy.
Oh, this is what I was going for. Perfect.
You're glitching again.
Oh, I missed. All right. Welcome. Yeah, it's been. All right. Let me. But
I needed the bike, Kilroy. I needed the bike. I did. And it's identical to the one that I have at the ranch. So I actually know how to fix this one. It's a 1970-something exercise bike. Man, the crickets, I'm not kidding you. They wait until I start live streaming.
I thought two bikes. Oh, you're glitching out too. Wow, my internet freaking hates me. Wow, you look like a robot in my end. That's really funny. I had so much fun stuff, but this internet bill for internet equity is not helping. Where's my equity? Where's my neighbor's equity? We should be getting good internet. And
I can hear you. The key is I can hear you, though. Man, that cricket is just chirpy McChirping in here.
Great. Okay. All right. We'll go with one camera. Let's see if this camera works. I had so much great stuff to talk about today and show, but actually, maybe hold on. Let me. No, I got some. Okay, welcome to the circus. This is my show. Thank you, Godlet House of Sewing, for showing up. That was not my face. My internet wants to hate me. Oh, did we even make it live to the Rumbles? No, I think we all. Is this going to be the day where the show sucks?
That's okay. We're still here. And for the record, I have 75 things plugged into my laptop.
We are.
Kilroy.
I do not, because my internet would absolutely hate me for that. Let's see here. Press the play buttons on the Rumbles. I love you, YouTubes. I don't know. We're live on the Rumbles finally for the first time in 2 weeks. Thank you. Whatever.
We're weirdly jumping. The screens are jumping back and forth. So Jiminy Cricket and I gotta take my cowboy boots off. I wear these to pretend to be tall, but after a day of wearing my cowboy boots, I cannot. I just can't. Oh. Plus, I did a lot of heavy lifting today, so. Oh. There we go. Oh. Can you guys still see me? Yeah, you can. Do you know what's really funny? My laptop tells me all the time, Gilroy, it tells me, like, please unplug at least 3 of these devices, you crazy person. So my computer does talk to me all the time. And it tells me, maybe you shouldn't have plugged that in. But because I have an Apple, there's a lot of stuff it won't do. Like when I bought the bootleg emulator, it wouldn't let me do anything. It didn't even activate. It was like insulted that I plugged it into the computer. But when I plugged it into my Dell laptop, it fired right up. Oh. So I had full intentions on finishing a few things this evening. I was going to switch my camera angle. Let me see. Let me see if this helps with the crickets. Hold on. Oh my gosh, guys. Oh my gosh. Crickets are so loud. Ah. I wonder if that helped. If I'm an electrician ever goes in that room, they're gonna if an electrician ever goes in, no joke. My ex-wife walks in here and has an anxiety attack every time. She's like, dude, you are walking
the worst. Like,
Oh, hey.
like you've been.
Hi. Like I was telling Gilroy, I'm watching hockey and I'm about to start cutting out patterns. Oh, those crickets came right back. The crickets came right back. Hey, Alibaba. Hey, it's a glitchy kind of day today. I hope you're doing well. I hope everything's okay. I'm going to start cutting out a pattern in a minute. But, the one thing people never tell you about sewing is that you do a lot of cutting and pasting in the world of sewing. No, Phoenix is having technical difficulties. Can you hear me? You do a lot of cutting and pasting. Oh, yeah, you can. But that's okay because my cricket and I are here. Good grief. Nope, Phoenix. It is just trying to run a whole broadcasting studio off of one laptop and it's not working out too well. Seems though there might be a singer 127 maybe here in Canada in 1912, 2 years before it. Wow. Do you know what's really funny? I own quite a few Canadian sewing machines, but there's a table I have back here next to all my other tables. It makes me laugh because yay! Phoenix is having technical difficulties. I hear a heavy echo, and we're switching back and forth again.
I can't.
That's okay, because my cricket and I are here. I can hear me.
This was not the day I planned on having my.
Phoenix is just trying to run a whole broadcast. We're getting a laptop, but it's not working out too well. Seems though there might be a singer 127 maybe here in Canada. I was reading the comments. 2 years before. Wow.
Super good. I missed so much funny chats. Oh my god.
Canadian sewing machines, but there's a table I have back here. It's so weird hearing my voice. It is so weird.
Hey, welcome. Hey, give me a second. Welcome to my show.
We're switching back and forth again.
I can't. All right, I'm gonna go with hello. Welcome to the circus. It is I, Phoenix Electra. I'm talking over somebody. There's a glitch. Everything sucks. I have stuff I'm sewing. I bought stuff. Oh, what's echoing? I know unplugged. The echoes on your end. Super good. I missed so much funny chats. Oh my god.
It's so weird hearing my voice. It is so weird.
Hey, welcome. Hey, give me a second. Welcome to my show.
For the sake of the echo, I just want to say hello, hello, hello. Is there anybody out there?
No. All right, echo. My end. We're still live on the Rumbles. Everybody's blocked up. I see funny faces. I'm trying to make funny faces. Welcome to Sunday at the Circus. We have clowns and craziness. It is quite the circus today. We've brought
Phoenix,
in
can you hear me?
all of the clowns. And
Can you hear me?
Sewing is
Can you hear
I
me?
don't even know what's
I can hear
happening
you.
right now.
I can hear.
But we're here. We're live on all the infowebs.
Oh, that's
I don't
so
have my
funny.
nice camera plugged in. I do not like this camera angle. But where was I? We're like 20 minutes into the show and I just showed up today. So I bought stuff over the week. The Goodwill did not have fabrics I wanted or prices I wanted to spend. However, they did have binding.
Ooh.
At one Goodwill, I found. No, this is the camera I'm working with right now because everything else is not nice. Binding tape and seam binding, hem facings. Oh, this is so lovely. Can I make this other camera work without boosting everything? Please don't blow out plugs. We're talking. Can we add camera? This one. Yes. Can the chat hear me? I can't see you right now. Oh, but I've got the camera that I want working. Can hear you. Great.
My real question is, Phoenix, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Thanks for holding on the fort for the first like 20 minutes while the world was like, there's no show at the circus today. We've got all sorts of. I have such a show. Oh, it's only. Wow. Oh, you are outside because you've got your kitty tags on.
Aw. But you can hear me though, right?
Finally, I could hear you.
Okay. We've been having two different conversations this entire time. And the
Welcome to
cameras.
the circus. I said earlier that the clowns are in today, and I'm just going to go with the clowns are in super hard today. My picture screens keep going. I don't even know.
We're dancing. We're dancing tonight.
We
We
are.
are dancing. This is the internet. This is peak. This is peak internet right now.
Right, because now I have nothing, but I can hear you. I have no idea. So I'm going to ramble on because this is my show and you talk a lot. So I'm going to ramble for 20 minutes about all the things I bought at the Goodwill this week. I went to two different ones and scored some cute. The fabric overpriced. Bindings, on the other hand, were a plentiful. So I spent, I don't know, $15 on 2 lots of bias binding and hem tape and in an entire card of. Now we'll show this right side up. New Eyes Imperial size 3 hook and eye and hook and bars was in
That's
the
awesome.
lot. We also have oodles of black binding and black. The piece I went to, I traveled and went up north and came across this in a lot.
Ooh, what is that? What is that?
This is a completely intact Singer item 3048 dressmaker's tracing kit that was originally priced at $2.20 with 20 cents with the tracing wheel with 2 colored chalk and dressmaker's pencil in red and black with an eraser and the tracing paper in the original package. And I'm like, I really want tracing paper, but I also feel weird opening up this completely intact piece of
I run through that all the time. You know what though? I run into that same problem all the time because I buy things and I like the tag more than like the tag is worth just as much as the item.
It was in a backlot because I also got in that same haul, let's see here, was that with the zippers? A whole bunch of separating zippers.
Oh, that's a score. Did you buy all these at once or were they together?
They were in bags, two different bags. That was the
Oh, that's
zippers,
so
the
so
thing, and
jealous.
I thought it was mostly I tried to separate these two different lot bags. Oh, right. Okay, now I get it. This was the one from up north. Because I got it because they had pre-made bias binding,
Oh, I
the
love the
extra
pictures
wide
on
kind
them.
for my extra wide sewing project. And I also found there was that in double binding, blanket binding, which is different. So this is super soft, super huge. My grandma used it on the blanket she crocheted for me before I went to university as I'm looking over at it. But not in these colors. This is blue. Hers were two different shades of reddish. But I just scored on the bias binding and stuff, which brings us to tonight's project. Now, wow, I feel like I've streamed 1,000 streams before we've gotten into like. Actually, we're not even at tonight's project. I have so much stuff. We have lace. We have hem facing. We have double fold. We have all the binding tonight, which is great because tonight's sewing adventure is our quilted stays. Why can I want to make you a little smaller so I can embiggen myself.
The cameras are jumping.
They are jumping, which is super weird. I can't
It's
wait for Rumble to finish being more amazing and their studio to be way better than all these stuff we're paying crap for. I trust in you, Rumble, even though you sometimes frequently let me down.
All right,
That goes for
Phoenix.
my.
From Kihore. All right, Phoenix. You can't give any shit to Godless ever again.
$30 for total. No, $30. No, let me see. It was. No, it was. I did not spend that much. 2 times 3 is 6. I spent 12, and I got a Vera Bradley quilted handbag.
Ooh,
This
that's nice.
for $3. So this completely makes up for this because these bags retail for $60 and up, and I spent $3. We're not. There's no shaming. I spent nothing. Let's see. It is a 3-ring circus. Oh my god, I'm so lost in. Tape is cat toy. Yes. Let's see here. Oh, I know hooks and bars. Those were good. I lost my other camera. There we go. I use 1970s stuff, but not before. It was less than $30 for all of that. And I have separating zippers. I scored hard because tonight's project that I'm actually of our sewing projects that need to be finished. Let's see here. We are upside down and crisscrossed and 2 ways till Tuesday funness. Yes. So I last night from the hall got in 9 yards of this royal blue bias binding, which is great because it's took at least 8
Ooh,
to pin around our quilted stays. So that's our sewing project for tonight. We are sewing. I need a minute to have a sip of water and talk about things I made previously in the week, which are I have in mind not quilted, a slip with a gorge slip with with insertion lace And fortunately, I know how to crochet and make different old-fashioned insertion laces. But instead of doing just one, each row is going to be something different as in a sampler of my stitch work, but in something I'm going to wear. Oh, hello, crazy cat. I guess you're in from the outside places. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the circus. Let's see here. I won't give anybody shit. All right. Oh, and also I have show up
Oh, you didn't. And sorry, for some reason, the comments aren't showing up.
Yes. Isn't there always something?
And you were kind of roboting again, but you're back. But on the positive note, I have an exercise bike now in here.
Good. So now you need to just hook it up to a sewing machine so that instead of electricity, you are like the powered sewing machine.
That's not a bad idea because that 1950s Singer was completely trashed when someone ripped all the electrics off of it. I could totally use that to power the machine.
Right. And how many old machines were originally treadle or hand machines that got motorized that now you're like, and I'm just going to people power them again, but differently.
Well, this one, the one that I waited a whole year to buy, when I finally got my hands on it, it is almost identical to my 1950s, but it's more of like a 1952, 53. But it was made as an electric machine, and so it's just weird they took all the parts off.
Yeah, that's funny. Let's see here. Chatters, those Ellie, those are nice underspool on the top of the machine too. Oh, brilliant. And oh,
You
let's
know
see
what's
here.
funny?
Treadle. What? Oh, cats! Stop that! Of all the things. All right. Treadle on is having a trade spool crochet where they make each other a spool saver. If
Ooh,
I could do that. I could those. Let's see here. Where's the little flowers I had? These ones are the right size and cute and only took me 10 minutes. If people, oh, all right, I'm not usually into selling stuff that I make, but this doesn't take me a lot of time. So if people are interested in handmade, crocheted, spool thread holders, please let me know and I may be able to figure out some time for my money for my time with.
so I'm not even trying to be daft. Is that what those are meant for?
No, actually, this is not what I had originally intended, but it is completely the right size and shape for a.
The reason I ask is because my grandma, I have hundreds of those, and I was like, what are these for? And it makes sense now that they're spool. They're
No, they could be, but also. Here, hold on. I have plans because I printed out most all of the pages, but I'm missing some from this
Ooh.
Irish crochet guide, and I am working on. Where is it? Flippity flippity floop floop floop. Through the book of goop goop goop. Oh, here it is. Nope, of course it's the one that. All right, which.
Ooh.
Nope,
Your cameras are
nope.
working.
That's the ones I'm working on. The one I. Of course, the one I want to show is the one that. Fuckus.
Oh, I hate
It
that. I
is.
hate that.
There we go. This 5-petaled star with the spiderweb middle with the daisies. So it's going to take some working of the circles and the daisies before I can piece together the entire slip sampler that I'm working on. Lots of work, lots of fun.
Garlic sewing, now you have a new hanger for the coats now. I was thinking about that too. When I was dragging it to the car, first, I'm way out of shape because I have an office job now. And second,
Yeah, don't tell me about being out of shape. I'm like blubbery. I'm like, what angle doesn't make me look like I've got 5 double chins and 30 waist inches rolls? Not
almost
fun.
4 years ago, every day I was driving the tractor. I was out in the field cutting weeds with my weed whacker, chopping down trees, maintaining 65 acres. And now I'm the boss, and I sit in the office and eat
Sit on
donuts.
your dupa all day and nothing good happens on your dupa. Yep.
And what they never told me is that they go out to lunch all the time. The upper management, they go out, they get Krispy Kreme, they get they're crazy.
But going back to Allie, that book is cute, but also if you just scroll on Pinterest, there are so many hundreds of crochet sewing smocking manuals on archive.org. I don't understand fully how to search there, but there's so much old-fashioned sewing knowledge and handcraftiness that don't
That
sleep on
reminds
it because it's all good.
that reminds me. Yesterday, my serger was not working, and I got it working again because always be determined.
Do I ever want to open this package? Is like brand
Okay,
new.
so I'm going to ask you a question. Do you collect things and put them on display? Because this is the things I ask myself.
Kind of. Yes, I do have a problem with that, and I do have a tracing wheel. And Mark, it's the freaking tracing paper,
I get it.
and I
Vintage
spent
stuff
less
like
money on the whole package than I spent. I'm so torn.
that's definitely I would keep that as a wall hanger, but if you want the paper, take the paper, you know.
It's because
Wait,
everything's intact. I
uh,
I know
does it have
there's
a
some
year?
damage
Does
on
it
the
have a
corners.
year?
This would not be like a grade A, whatever, triple A sports card rating of package maintenance.
Oh, you called me out. It's PSI. No, it's not PSI. Yeah, it's PSI rated because they do the same thing for comic books.
1980, right? Because it's only $2.20. It's so cheap. It's so not as much as my $10 needle cart. $10 a piece needles from last week. Wow, today fucking is a day. Welcome to the circus. No advice. We're here for fun. Welcome. We sew shit sometimes. If you learn something accidentally, I'm completely
By
sorry.
proxy.
It's not my fault. And I just dropped stuff into my other sewing machine because we're trying out a new setup. Hello,
Well,
young.
we made it through the technical difficulties. That's okay. We're here.
We
There's
are,
chat.
and we're live on Rumbles for the first time in 3 weeks. I love you, Rumbles. You're the state. You are the platform I love, but you cause me the most grief. But I love you so much that I
Were you
put
going
up
to
with
go
stuff.
live last night?
Did I caught part of it, and I heard you talking about me, and said if we're
No.
gonna be live today, and I was like, yes, darn it, you're finishing up the hood.
Oh
No,
gosh,
Daddy
I
see a
do. I
hole.
have to. I am in such denial. I do. No, I asked because last night I saw that you were going live at like 4:45 yesterday.
No, I set it up, but it was no. You needed to look farther. I set it up earlier, so I would go live this time, not now. But Rumble puts my placeholder up.
Oh
Oh
no,
shit!
it
I'm
said
in,
like
I'm
right
in
now on your
trouble.
channel. It had a live. Well, I don't know if it's still up, but it had a live yesterday that was up, and it said it was waiting for you.
No, I.
Let me
Oh,
look right
all
now.
right.
I
Well,
was like, no, because Commander was live, and then it said, because I hit the bell icon like everybody should. as good
Yes,
YouTube
right. Do
people.
all the social media things. The likes, the thumbs up, the thumbs downs, the thumbs neutrals, the
Oh,
I hate
and
you, subscribe. I love watch you, subscribe. The bell buttons, whatever the clickers are.
by the
I
way,
have so many of these.
you've crested 73.
Nope, it said today I'm back down to 69.
You're at 73 right now.
No, well, something must have happened because I checked earlier this afternoon, and I was back down to 69 from 70. So I don't know what's happening.
Well, sometimes I think people subscribe to both of us because I woke up around like 5 something and I looked and I was at 226 and I was like, "Oh, okay, goodbye." Then I woke back up and I was at 527. And then when I looked, you'd gained all these subscribers.
We'll see what I see later afterwards because the
YouTube's
YouTubes of
funny.
mine are fickle.
No, but that's human nature though. I don't hold anything against anyone. Like people
Yeah,
like I put out a lot
yeah,
of shorts. I've been putting out a lot of shorts and people that subscribe to my shorts don't realize that I have a functioning YouTube channel. And so they're like, "Oh, he's not just making shorts, but they're only into shorts."
exactly. Which is why I understand why people do, and I just can't. If you want to watch short form, this is not the station for you. But if I go through and switch my camera angle and show threading Brunhild, I should clip that because I don't think I can make it a short. But it's important to know how to thread this old beauty of a hand crank that I'm sewing with tonight. Wow. Oh, it's going to be a fun night tonight, kids. Welcome to the circus. The clowns are in.
Do you know, now that I think about it, I've been to more than one circus in my life. I've been to quite a few.
Right, the Ringling Brothers, the Shriners, the locals. I oh,
Does
I
Circus Soleil count?
absolutely, and I oh, Parky Place. I just loved being at the circus and performing, and we might need to do a slight pivot. I think I need to do some more like hula hooping and moving stuff because the circus is not just the costume shop. Like there's the actual like circus acts, and right now we're in the costume shop, which is
I
fine, but
100
not the only place I need
I
to be.
100 I agree with you. I started my channel off with battle vest only and like $10 Kenmores, and look at me now, you know. Literally 10, literally 2 years later, I've changed my style completely, you know.
No, I think I just got lost a little bit because I started off hooping and then did costume but at the circus there's the costume shop and the performing and we do all of it and I feel like I've just been a little heavy on one side and just oh but also I have pre-records and no, I should not lie and say I have that. I have stuff filmed to edit for pre-records. Do I have them posted yet? Absolutely not.
$10 Kenmore is your rap name, Kilroy. Kilroy. When I do become a rapper, that will be my name. $10
Oh,
Kenmore.
oh, that's good because did you hear about that whole P Diddy plus whatever fake individual
I have a question for
case
you.
that got filed and settled super fast? So now I'm not sure. Was he actually guilty and just wanted to pay her off so all the rest of the details did not get made public, or what's going on there?
Someone I really respect told me it's not an omission of guilt, but I think it is. And I actually respect this person's opinion. But if you pay someone off, in my eyes, like, you're guilty. And really quickly, no, Alibaba, the reason I brought up shorts is because some people only subscribe to short channels. And they've told me, like, oh, I thought you were a short channel. And then they unsubscribe.
Yeah, I don't want to give people false pretexts. The circus runs at least 3
But the
hours
thing,
if we're lucky, unless the world hates me. But how can somebody tell me that you want to see the pretty fabric moving and not the heap that doesn't move? I want to see
I don't
the
know. Maybe I'm not rich enough to be in that world, but to me, if you pay someone off, that's you're saying I did this and I don't want to go to court.
I know I was thinking about that because it could mean that, or also in the long run, it will cost me less money to pay you off than it will for this to go to trial, even if I am innocent and I
Well,
did not do
also,
any of these things. It's
I
going
want
to
to say,
cost me
sorry.
less money.
Sorry. I'm like there was a sale at my shop. They were selling super dank. So I'm not interrupting on purpose. I'm just smoking the good stuff. And if you really think about it, like Puffy didn't want all of his dirty laundry to come out because he allegedly, because everybody's suing everybody right now for being
I
called the G word,
know!
for
Oh,
being called
we'll get to there because Tasha K's in it again.
And Tasha K is like, and you know, regardless of what you think about Jada Pinkett Smith, she's rich. She's California rich. She's gonna sue and she's gonna win. Just like Cardi B got 17 million off of Tasha K. Tasha K is probably gonna go to jail. That's why I say
No, she,
allegedly.
but, oh,
Allegedly.
no, that's where I was going because A, she claimed for being bankrupt, but B, she just had on that guy who was Will Smith's assistant or whatever, who was like, oh, I saw him like doing stuff with this chappie in this place.
Have you ever been sued? But I've been sued, and like when you win a court case, the like even recently when me and my lawyer, my neighbor got into it, and I won the court case. My lawyer told me like you won, but don't go around with a victory party. Don't do backflips in front of his house. Don't be cocky about it. You know.
Fortunately, that's not an experience, but I don't want to go.
I own a business. I've been sued multiple times. I could talk about being sued and suing people. It's
No,
like,
that's true
oh,
because there's times where that's that's complicated.
extremely. Extremely. And that's why I think Tasha K, my whole point is if I was Tasha K, I would stop talking. I would start
Oh, she
talking
should
about
have stopped
NASCAR.
talking ages ago. But that she's interviewing Will Smith's friend or lover or assistant who was like, "Oh yeah, I saw him getting all the things." It's like, wow, you would. Are you? Is this really the choices you want to be making right now? It's I don't get it.
To me though, as somebody who is in my position, I don't know why like these individuals are scared to allegedly say that they are homosexual. But you know what? We live in different clouds. Like I'm middle class and Will Smith is so rich, I will never live in his neighborhood.
Oh,
like, like he is so
I
rich.
don't
He
think
is
I can
beyond
afford to live in your neighborhood. Who are we kidding? Like, I, I, I can't. I would, and that's which the horrible thing is to say. I do not I I grew up very blessed and very fortunate, and not what I would consider impoverished, but the money of today's day is not the money of yesterday's day.
Oh no. Come on, admit
Oh,
it if
yes,
you
right.
subscribe to
Jada is a bitch. Oh, okay. Let's see. I was sewing and chatting and missed up on the chat. Let's see here. Allie says the plague didn't really help most channels that did circus stuff or live performances. No, it did not, which is why I am
Oh, excuse me.
bringing the circus back differently in a different way because circus is live and circus is old vaudeville. And why can't vaudeville be videoed and weird short live clips
Oh, I can
with
hand
great
make a set.
image?
You want to go vaudeville? I could like turn my backyard into Paris real quick.
Don't tease me. I live here, but if you're gonna film backgrounds for me, I will not say no. And Killer, come on, admit it. If you just subscribe to Shorts, just go to TikTok. I can't. I know. I unloaded TikTok off my phone in my computer. Why does Windows already have TikTok uploaded to it? That was weird. I did not realize that until I was like, nope, uninstall, uninstall,
And
uninstall. TikTok, WTF, out of
all
here.
Amazon devices too. I have the new generation Nook and all that stuff. Um TikTok comes installed in the device.
That's all right. And now we're like, but we're still, on one hand, it's everywhere. And on the other hand, ban TikTok, make it illegal. It's horrible. Like, uh, I feel like sensing a discrepancy in the force.
And I recently gave someone a child's what was sold as a child's tablet. It was an Amazon product. They turned it on and TikTok was in the widgets. I'm sorry, I'm old. In the apps. In the apps.
Because who knows what a win? Wow.
I'm
What we
old.
go back to days of widgets.
I still call my bank Washington Mutual, and Washington Mutual hasn't been around in a long time.
Fair. I
And I
have
don't even have Chase
feelings
anymore.
about HSBC.
No, they're the worst. They're the worst. Chase, every time I went to Vegas, they'd stop my card. Like I got rid of them. They were the worst. I don't know what, like, I had multiple accounts, so I was lucky. But like, imagine if you go to Vegas on my birthday, they stopped my account.
How splendid. You're like, haha.
I kind of laughed because I was like, "Oh, I got another card." Because the lady was like, "It's not going through," and I got a call. They're the worst. They're the worst.
There's
They're
no
the
good ones right
worst.
now because even PayPal and probably all of these platforms, if you don't have the right words, they're like, and you're out of here. We don't like you because you do not fit into our boundaries. Which, oh my god, one of my top, I have a list somewhere, but topics I had for the day were the FCC internet equity bill that passed some places. And I have to say, I'm sorry, inner city folks, you're not the ones who are disparaged against access to internet. It is, in my area, folks who live up in the mountains who have a few dollar bills but are not, don't equally fit into your, like, these are the most disparaged groups that honestly look to Starlink and satellite internet because they can't get cables run into the mountains.
I'm laughing at Kilroy's comment.
But TikTok has this retail. Yeah, it does make people to be slow. I still use checks. I do write checks regularly. Also, Killer, I quit Chase Bank because they won't let me cancel
It's true.
on
It's
all of
true.
a sentence. Seriously, this was them pre-test, beta testing all the shit they're going through, getting away with now. It used to be called Boatware Pre-Lab BS, Preloaded BS. Bloatware Preloaded BS. Yes, I do have too much bloatware preloaded BS.
That
Do
reminds
not
me.
like
I'm gonna
it.
do an update, and I want to see if this still works tomorrow. Cause
Oh,
I'm gonna
we
update my
have.
computer.
Wow, we got. Who's that let off the fireworks on at the circus?
We'll see if it. Oh, there it goes. It's even better when I have the eagle behind me because it goes behind the eagle because it thinks the eagle's a person.
Yes.
It's so weird. Let's see.
Oh, why did you reorder my stream camera? No.
It's so weird. You know, it's funny when I do the update. I'm gonna cry if it's gone. The cameras are doing that floaty thing again.
I know. I'm trying to move it because I want the only machine that's not showing up in the big screen. Because I can be little, but I want to embiggen this one. Because nobody needs to see my face.
Now I look like I'm your arms.
I should, right? Oh, we had random shit that we should be clipped in as on my bobblehead hands, we could be a meme. We are a meme. Hello, Loki. Is that you rubbing my leg?
It'll be fireworks for you. I love that, Gilroy. I love that.
Well, you're crazy. This is like not Loki love.
I'm gonna laugh when it disappears. They were like, I swear I'm being tested on with this thing.
I know I do not have Apple, and I don't get cute things like that.
Yeah, but everyone I watch says they haven't seen it on any other stream except for when I'm streaming. I feel like it's a
No, I
virus.
have seen it on another stream, so that's I can say not
Okay.
true. But
Okay, good. Okay. Maybe it's just an Apple thing then. It's dumb.
I think it might be because I. Oh no, I am big in
I'm
my
under.
face too.
I'm your arms again.
Nope,
Do
now
you
you're
have?
right.
Do you have OBS?
I do, but I'm using. That's not what I'm using because it kills my. No,
Same.
next week I'm not going to send you a wave link. We're going to do this OBS stream share thing, and I'm going to like fight it through, and it's going to suck, but we're going to do it.
I used to stream with someone that would exclusively do OBS. It's workable. You just gotta figure it out.
I figured it out. I just need to send you the link and not send you the wave link so that you choose the right option. We're
Totally.
going to suffer through.
I used to stream with people that would I streamed with someone that used to do a game show, and it was so confusing because we'd have a background like this, but when I looked on stream, we were all sitting in televisions, or like we were all in different things. It was crazy. OBS is crazy.
It is a full professional broadcasting studio. It's way better than the stuff we pay for, but takes up way more resources.
I want to. All right, so I got my serger going. We have to test to see if it was just a fluke.
Right, but you didn't get your collar finished. We're finishing shit.
I will eventually. Hans spends more time with his mom on the holidays because she has a giant family and they're in town. So he's hanging out. He's hanging out with them this evening.
All right,
But
I know. Oh my god, I went again to the discount grocers because prices. What am I not? Okay, I am. So like, wow, we're like going hardly in the. Words way cheaper than going to the grocery store and feeling like you spent a whole bunch of money on no food. I felt like I got food, and we have some classics this year, such as cream cheese dates with and without walnuts, and blue cheese cream cheese celery with and without walnuts.
Are you allergic?
I got a guy. Get salmon.
Are you allergic to walnuts?
No, I love them.
Oh, okay.
I have one of my siblings does not like nuts. I don't know if that's what my grandma did that way or whether she just was accommodating, which would have been the case. Okay, let's see here. Inside a suit for you. There's no hands for you. No hands. But I do have to say,
I was thinking about going thrifting tomorrow morning since I have a free, because I'll be up already because I have to go to work early in the morning. But then, usually I just come back home. But when I'm coming home is when all the thrift stores open.
why not go early? Get the first choice a lot.
It's weird when I see there's people at certain thrift stores that work second shift that have never seen me because I'm early riser, you know?
Fair, because who works third shift anymore unless you're in healthcare or special needs?
Quite honestly, or security or like, there are certain jobs where people
Yeah, absolutely. There are, and there's folks like me who are just perpetually on call. It doesn't matter the shift. Sometimes the phone rings and
I
you
am
need to
too,
answer it.
but I hired people that know more than me and they're way capable and so they cover for my nepotism.
Well, that's good. Hello, Freya Proofers. We have missed you. I know the little bag is so mean to you. Welcome, Freya Proofers. I know I did not bring snacks because they need to be in glass jars or metal containers because I do not like my thumbs being bitten by bad cats.
Yikes. I have no
Yeah, that was
feeling of
last
these
like
different.
at the beginning of the show, and I screamed. I still hurt from that. Oh my god.
If it makes you feel any better, I was clearing out my pipe yesterday. No, 2 days ago, and I got an actual real piece of searing hot resin that went out on the back of my throat. And it hurt so bad I couldn't swallow.
Oh no, that's like vomitus
I hurt myself.
Varidius.
And I'm sitting here
Right?
and like I didn't even react because I'm like, dude, you did that to yourself. Like you can't even be mad. Like you should have just poked it out.
Right. What if this was a preventable accident and you choose violence? You chose violence.
Lots of places are adding third shifts again, especially factories. At my job, we try to during the summer we rise early to beat the sun
Yep.
because it's
Fair.
100 something out where I live. It gets hot during the summer.
It does. Yes, it does. And
Alibaba says I won't go out thrifting until after New Year's.
good. There's no reason to be on to not be on a wow. Who didn't tell me we were missing the scenes of the sewing machine? There will be better stuff than I keep waiting for that new home climax to be less than $100, but then I'm like, where am I going to put another sewing machine?
I said that same thing. I cleared this room out. I was so proud of myself, and I was like, I'm not gonna buy another table. Then I bought my touch and smoke. I got oil. There's oil in the lamp, so it smokes, but it's not the motor. So
Right.
I have.
Well,
I
that's
think I have
good.
to. I think I have to take the light off.
Where I still don't have any of the lights on my machines besides my original machine and my Babylock working. Everything else, or this beauty that literally just has no motor, wind powered, and it's the circus powered. No lights.
There's
But it's
actually
so cool.
sorry. There's actually a point of frustration on my serger because I have to wear my glasses when I use it because it
Because
doesn't
you're
have a
afraid,
light.
right? Don't be afraid of if you are afraid of accidents, wear eye protection.
Thank you, Alibaba. I really hurt myself, but it's a total rookie move. Total rookie move. It's my fault. And now I have a
Yeah,
searing
especially
hole in the back of my throat.
right. If you know better, then and you continue to do, that is all on you.
Well, it's my whole pothole theory. Like, if you walk down the street and you see a pothole on Monday and you step in it, it's the pothole's fault.
Oh, right.
But if
Shame on one. Yes, the whole shame on me once, shame on me twice, shame on me thrice. You should have learned the first two times.
exactly. But if you repeat that on Tuesday, it is your fault from then on, you know?
Yes. Yes, yeah.
Oh my gosh, the crickets are just so confused.
Oh my god, I don't have crickets, but I do have my winter greens in the garden growing, and I'm so excited to have lettuce from my own house because at one shop, greens, they're both the same price, but one of them they go rotten super fast, and the other one they don't. And it's because they water their greens. Like I understand at the grocery stores, they for some of the produce they sprinkle water, but the packaged greens they don't need any extra water. Please stop.
Do you know what so sad? Or like Bush said, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, you won't fool me again. Is it sad that I miss the second George Bush?
No,
Because he was crazy, but he was still an adult compared to most politicians nowadays.
right? He was not that much older than we are. Oh
If you
no, but I
think
did
about
think that
it,
was
like
super sad. Oh, that. Oh, what's his face? The one everybody loves went into hospice. His wife went into hospice with him. Hmm, but I can't remember right now.
Jimmy Carter.
Yes, that's the one.
How did I know that? Yeah, Jimmy Carter is a hero. He built houses in my neighborhood. Like, he is no joke with the Habitat for Humanity. He is no joke. Like, he built houses all across the United States of America. He is the modern day Johnny Appleseed. Prove me wrong.
Maybe that's what we need to bring back again. Wow, I this show sucks tonight, but welcome. Everything works.
Oh, that's so sad. Rosalind Carter actually died a few hours ago.
Oh no! I shit.
He's gonna be so crushed.
All right, yeah, and so he probably has till the end of the week, and he's that's gonna be the end. I think. I don't think they
You never
can't live
know.
without each other.
My grandmother lived like 20 something. My grandpa died at 82 and my grandmother lived to be 99 and they were around the same age.
Fair, but he was already in hospice, and she just went into hospice. So now that she's gone, he's got nothing left. I mean,
That's
he
so
does,
sad.
but
That is so sad.
oh man, that was not the news I was gonna update tonight. Oh no, this is my Thanksgiving preparations list, not my list of speaking topics.
I'm excited. I'm
No, but
stuffing the chicken. I'm excited.
no, we got turkey, cranberries, lemons, oranges, snacks, blue cheese, cream cheese, carrots, celery, because we are having a turkey with appetizers, celery stuffed with blue cheese with and without walnuts, dates with and without stuffed with cream cheese with and without walnuts, warm spinach and walnut salad with feta, cranberries, stuffing, mashed potatoes, and turkey. I've been planning all month.
Jimmy Carter built houses in my area here too in Canada. Wow.
Interesting. I did not real. His legacy is far and wide, and I,
Regardless of the politics, he put his money where his mouth was, and he like I respect results. That's actually a big deal with me. Like that's why I don't plan about things. I just do them. As far as sewing, you know.
Right.
Like, so I respect results. And Jimmy Carter, Alibaba, I had no idea that he went to Canada and built houses. But look, he went to Canada and built houses. Jimmy
Right. I did
Carter,
not know that either.
humanitarian. And I rarely say that. I rarely say that word.
Right, because they mostly just farce holes.
Or they're doing it for the cameras, you know. But
Yeah.
Jimmy Carter was a real life Johnny Appleseed.
Okay. Oh, where's my oh man? Yeah, we're having a show. I'm sewing shit. It's okay. I know. I was watching somebody's feed where they were just 3D printing with music, and I was like, wow, why am I watching this? But I did.
You know what? Last night, at first count, I was like, "Oh man, um, no one watched my stream." At second count, last night, um, 70 something people sat there and watched me ramble to myself last night. So you never know. People are into all kinds of weird, and the only people,
That is true, and I am in a funny way.
and in
Like,
the
yeah,
chat, there's only a couple people talking, and then when I did the final numbers, I was like, that means there was like 60 something people watching me, just watching me.
right. Yes, Allie, our Thanksgiving is Thursday of this next week. It's not even next weekend. My friends who work government jobs get Thursday off, but not Friday. I am always on calls. I am always professionally, technically working, but
They gave our kiddos the week off.
a whole week. Oh my god, kids these days have so many days off. I cannot even.
Thank you. I thought I was the only one. I felt like I'm floating in outer space on this, and people look at me like I'm crazy. But like, and I know this is old people talk. Back in our day,
Right. This is talk from when dinosaurs roamed the earth. They were like, and kids did not get this much time off.
and we went to school up until Wednesday.
Yes, and we got Thursday and Friday off.
Yep,
And go to
and we
my
came back to school on
grandparents'
Monday.
house. And right, exactly. And the next Monday we were back at school.
I got this weird email, and because like my son will be like, I have the day off, and I'm like, no, you don't. And I look it up, and I'm like, oh, you really do. So I finally started reading the emails, and I said
Well,
out
that's on
loud.
you.
No, I said out loud. Well, my son's extremely responsible,
Fair.
and so, like and he's because he has ASD, he's better at checking things than I am. He's dead to rights. Like he does not play. But
No,
no,
because
live on the Rumbles and YouTube right now. I will expose myself. I looked at his emails. He had zero. I have 15,381 unread emails. He's
fair. I
organized.
think
I'm
I have
not.
like 20,000. I email like that's the most horrible form of community. If you want to talk to me, do not email me.
I caught up on the most recent ones, but if you've emailed me like within a year, sorry, could be something important.
SOL. Too late.
The schools around here give Wednesday through Monday off. Monday is because of deer season.
I know. I miss pencil. Oh my. Oh, okay. Actually, that brings me real quick to a very serious point. I have a friend I knew way back in the day who is wheelchair bound, partially blind, but quick of wits and a hysterical human who has been in and out of the hospital and is currently facing eviction with their dog Moxie. If anybody knows of any places for such an individual to live facing their current plight, could you let me know? Because Sean's a character and has made some horribly funny jokes about my gigantic chesticles making potholes in the cement, but I love them for it. And let me know, because
Do you
he's
follow
facing
along?
eviction needs, a special needs care facility or rental space in central or western New York with him and his doggy, because I said I'd put out a word, and it's so, I'm so mad that he was a flight attendant, had good insurance, is brilliant, can code, can do all of these things, and hospitals fucked him up. Oh, there's so many things. I've got lots of words. So let me know. I'm trying to hook up a friend up, and I said I'd put out my tentacles. So my PSA for the night. Wow, I'm in a sharp mood tonight for my own stream. It is holy. We're sewing. We have laundry. There's no cats, but you can't see. We're just here to finish stuff up. And if I get to there and I'm super brave, we will punch eyelets before I hand sew buttonholes, stitch over the said eyelets to make sure everything looks nice later. That's where we're at. I'm sorry if I've missed chats. The YouTubes hates me. Do I have chats in the room? Am I missing something somewhere? Oh, no. I have no idea what's happening. I'm scratching my nose, which is super gross. I really like that.
You know what? I was watching a stream recently, and I used my sleeve as a to wipe my
You did
nose.
one of these ones?
I was so embarrassed for myself. I'm like, oh, dude, it's just natural. Like,
Right. You just can't help yourself. It's like olden times.
and I didn't even do it slick. I was like all up in there, grinded my nose and
Really?
everything.
I know. Oh my god, I actually tried to make sure that people couldn't trim nose or did the trimmings of places that should not need to be trimmed, and
That was
was like, okay. Oh, nope, you're definitely live on the Rumbles, because I just saw me wipe my own nose and be silly. Okay. Oh my god. It's a good thing I did not trim the very last piece of this bias binding, because I opened 3 packages of 3-yard lengths and got into all of them. But as I am going around and actually doing the stitching, it is not requiring such long lengths. So we'll see how much I actually use. I have no idea. But it was good to have a pre-measured portion to begin with. So if you are making quilt stays, plan for it. I'd just go ahead and make between 6 and 9 yards of bias binding for finishing. Period. End of sentence.
It's been a while since I've heard anyone say that. Period.
That's all right, Allie. I know. I don't necessarily expect anyone to really know anyone in the area who could do that service, but I I I feel it's so
You know, it's
maddening to my spirit to see a human be fucked over by in so many different ways, and to know I feel it's so hard to just to not be able to do anything. So it's like I'll just spread my white spider web and see what happens, but I don't necessarily expect any fish to catch.
I don't know if I know anyone in that area, unfortunately. If they lived in my area, and in a weird way, I know someone that does things like that in your area. So I know people that are like in your area and my area that are in that specific expertise, you know?
Right, fear. Well, then maybe I'll see if they want to move. I don't know. Their blood family is not here, but that's also mixed. If we, I'm just casting a wide web because I'm so. It's so horrible because Sean is so smart and so feisty,
I
and
might
his
even know
brain is
someone.
gone, and he's not
uh,
much older than we are, but
oh,
multiple sclerosis and uveitis effed him over in a bad way. Like, oh, it's not. It's so. Yeah, so maddening. Ooh, we were almost going to have another disaster on our end, but
I I know someone that's opening a care facility in your area.
oh well, that's also good to here. Drop me the in the private section because I may or may not day job problems.
It's just so weird that I know someone that lives in the Tri-City area near you.
Right, we'll call that the Tri City area. Love it. And it's not Pascal Kennewick and the other one. What? Oh, fuck.
It's just weird to me because, like, when I went in that area, I took a million pictures. Like, I did all the that was the place. Um, I won't say the major town near there, but it was weird to me. I went to a Martin Luther King Day parade, and it was weird to me to it was just it was weird. It was the most positive vibe. It was nothing but good things, but that town was
Right.
very
All white and no black people live there.
yeah.
And you're like,
And my friend even told me she even told me she's like prepared to be uncomfortable.
I know. No, that's is becoming a meme. I feel like the folks who are like most pro everything are middle aged white women, and it's like, yes, we had some sufferings, but um,
It was just weird to me
awkward.
to see 15 like well it was to see a couple hundred people march like it was cool. I had a good time. My friend is she's Oregon famous, so a lot of people knew her, but
Yeah,
like it was awkward.
yeah. I, no, I get it. With in the same way that my family has not lived here since 1650, and we didn't cause everybody suffering. I'm sorry. I remember a time when being Jewish was the same as being black, and there was racism. Like I grew up with different folks. I
It
just,
was you know what? It was more just like people were just like weirdly nice to me. Every person was like,
yeah,
"Happy Martin
right.
Luther King
Because you
Day! Happy
go
Martin Luther
get
King Day!" It was overwhelming. Great food though. Great food. Great
yeah, oh
food.
yeah, we can cook here.
I
A-Town
d-
can cook.
you know what's really funny? I go through all the pictures that I took in that area. Like I took pictures of food. I took pictures of a smoker. Like y'all can
Oh yeah,
cook. Y'all can cook.
yeah, yes, which is also funny because there's folks who are, yep, yep. Oh, I got X. It's a good thing I made the choices I did. will we get this binding done? Will I lose my mind and shut the stream early because everything went to hell? I have no idea. But we're live on the Rumbles. So, for the first time in 3 weeks, Rumble, I love you, but I hate you, but I love you.
You know what? Sometimes I'm feeling it. Sometimes I'll go full Elvis. I'll go 4 hours. And sometimes after like an hour and 45 minutes, I'm like, all right, I'm ready to go to bed.
I know, but it's not even fun. Oh, hello, Freya Fruifers. No, I just. Oh, my new buy. This was not from the Goodwill. I bought 500 safety pins because I want to make a quilted petticoat and I need more safety pins to hold that much material in place. No, don't be silly. Safety pins from Amazon.
Math is so funny. Always trust the math. Oh my gosh, that's kind of insulting. I don't even want to say it out loud. No, I'm moving in my butt is moving things as I'm moving past things.
Oh no, I usually do that with skirts, but if my butt does that, then that means you are at least 20 pounds too heavy. I'm sorry, kid.
I'm trying
Only
to eat.
because I am also 20, at least. No, I can't even say 20. I'm like 30 pounds more than I like to be, and I am very uncomfortable and do not like this.
My problem is that I'm becoming like solid muscle, and I didn't sign up to be a luchador. I'm becoming like the more I work out, I'm becoming more solid, and I'm like, no, I miss being bone skinny, but I'm in my 40s, and I'm just not skinny anymore.
Well,
You know.
yeah, fair. Yeah, I'm not. I'm also. No, I'm mostly just fat. I'm not muscly, and I do not like this way of being. But I've been hooping again, which has been great.
Even last night, I described myself as stout. I'm stout.
I would have to go with my grandma's favorite term that used to be a section at the department stores of husky.
Well, we're renaming everything, so I'm stout.
No, huskies. Huskies old. I'm not renaming nothing.
I
Huskies
remember the
old. Like,
Huskies. I
man,
remember those days.
there used to be a husky section. Welcome to my problem child. Oh, that's a pretty face. Oh, that's good. Look pretty for the camera, you little terrorist. As in TEAR, not TERR.
Oops. Oops. Oops.
Oh
But
no,
you know
what'd you
what?
F up now?
I'm off by an inch and a half, but I can always improvise because I
Ah,
hooked I hooked when I should have kept going straight. Just make a story of
troubles,
life, huh?
troubles, troubles.
Well, that's the
Becky,
problem.
look at that. Yes, look at that butt, Becky. Oh my God, Becky, look at that butt.
Happy Martin Luther King Day, God. It was just weird. It was just, and you know why? It was my first, like, because it's really funny because in towns like in Portland, Oregon, every other person looks like me. Portland reminds me of Houston, Texas, where every other person is half black. And even like in Salem, it has much more of a diverse um cast of people. So when I was in other areas,
No, where they used to be old ranchers and first actually Mexicans who like literally came from Mexico because this part of the world, the country actually was technically Mexico. And there's people who've lived here way 500 years longer than my family. My family lived in this country.
it was just awkward. All right. All right. Did I cut that properly or Oh, that was a weird cut.
Ellie, there's nothing wrong with being skinny. It's the balance. There's nothing wrong with that. I have one of those also. My family line says you will survive the famine, and my humans is like, give me food because we will not. I will starve.
I take it more after my father and less after my mother in that sense. But the older I get, the Spaniard is screaming and
No, mine were both equally like you. We I. I'm just afraid of the beatus and all sorts of things, and that it did not take excessive amounts of body mass to have problems terrifies me. But I realize that is a knee problem, along with these quilted steaks, which I haven't even shown. At one point, we have to do a patch job because I cut something funny, but it's on the inside, and no one will see it until I show it, unless I don't show it. And then, in which case, no one will know where I flubbed up. Bring the fruiters, come on,
speaking
baby.
of mistakes, let's line this and see where the mistakes are.
I know. Is it funny that where you go through something and you're just kind of like, I know I screwed up somewhere, but I'm not actually sure where until I wear it.
Once I like completely, yeah, exactly. Once I completely line everything up, then I can see. But once I line it, I can put them against each other and just make them even anyways.
But do you bag line or sew each piece separately and then just tack the opening ends?
I
If you
line and sew each piece separately, and then I'll line them up before I sew them and cut them in place, and then re-sew the the pieces wherever I cut. I've perfected fixing mistakes.
right, that is part of. Yeah,
Especially like when your measuring's off, because sometimes like right now like I am man enough to admit that my dispensary loves me. They give me a ton of stuff. I'm like, guys, stop giving me stuff. And I'm not even trying to be that spoiled Californian, but like I'm literally floating in the clouds right now. So my measuring was off, but I know
fair.
how to fix that.
Fair. I walked to the corner store, got a couple things for myself, and then was accosted with, "Hey, here's my doggy. Would you like to partake in this store bought stuff that's not my homegrown?" And I was like, "Sure." And then here we are. Actually get ready to mute myself so I can run to the circus and run to the little clown into the
No
little
worries.
clowner. Wow. We do know proper diction. We need to slow down and enjoy the sounds of the stitches. Oh, I'm so glad, Rumble, you're working. I love you, but I hate you, but I love you so much. Actually, going back to that, I saw in the world of Welcome the Clowns, free speech support Andrew Tate, the Quartering Coffee brand coffee, a handful of others, because X, formerly known as Twitter, had allegedly IBM, Apple, I don't know who other like ginormous corporate sponsors say they were not going to be buying advertisement dollars on the X's anymore, and these tiny places were like, "Hey, free speech, all good. We'll spend we'll spend money on advertising dollars here," which is great to see. I do not have that type of $250 to $25,000 of cash to bankroll another place right now, but
Hey, Joy.
efforts.
How's it going, Joy? I hope you're having a good evening.
Hey Joy, did you get all your buttons and buttonholes sewed?
I bought an exercise bike, and Kilroy pointed out the fact that I can't stop buying junk. No, I can't.
Oh my god. Oh, sorry. All I can hear is that little shithead yelling in the other room for food. He cried for 60 minutes this morning, from 6:30 to until 7:30. He was like, "You are not out of bed yet. Where's my food?" Oh, it was so cray cray.
Odin does some like omen stuff now where she sits out my window and I open my window and she's just looking at me like, "You gonna feed me, human? Are you gonna feed me?"
Oh,
I'm
that's funny.
the one-eyed green cat.
Right. Oh, Killary, anything that hurts Musk is okay with me. I feel that, but also going back to the earlier FCC and internet equity equality, there's places in my area that if you don't pay for Starlink or some other satellite internet, you literally have no internet. So I feel I'm torn.
I've always wondered about that because I'm thinking about moving back out to the country. And what apparatus would I need to be able to do this? I'd have to get solar, like my own like giant solar thing, because I do pull a ton of power. If you
Yeah,
saw my
me too.
bills,
And I
you'd be like, dude, what are you growing something in your house? No, I just don't sleep, so my lights are always on.
right. Oh, that's a whole other issue because somebody just got arrested for having, what is it, 112 pounds of fentanyl on the five.
That's to go to jail forever. That's bye. You'll
Yes.
never see that person again. That is bye bye.
You will go directly to jail. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. You are done and done. Yeah, that, which is also, it's funny because there's this whole push to repeal Measure 110, which was decriminalization of small amounts of everything. But as that got passed, fentanyl also came on the scene. So folks are wanting to repeal 110, but they aren't managing the fentanyl issue, which is separate and misleading for the data and statistics.
I read that this morning when I didn't want to get out of bed. I was reading a story about that this morning. And I was like, you know what? I don't have to get out of bed right now. It's the weirdest
Here,
feeling.
right? I know. I That's been going around the past little while.
Because I was actually talking to somebody about that last night, and she was like, "No, they're gonna repeal that," and I was like, "No, they're not." And I looked it up, and there's a fight for it.
There is. We've got so many issues. I mean, oh my god, the teachers up in Portland have been on strike for at least 9 school days. Kids have been off from school for at least 3 weeks because of the teacher strike. And
Oh
they're
wow.
like, oh no, kids are suffering so horribly. But at the same time, they're like, they've not been in school for 3 weeks. Well, what did lockdown and not being in school for 2.5 years mean for the students? Like, don't give me this BS of like, oh no, this is horrible, when these same kids literally, except for the youngest ones, have already been through it, done this, and I will not take your BS.
These kids are having the time of their life, is what they're doing.
It's the parents who are
No.
suffering of like, how do we pay for childcare if our kids are younger and we actually have to like be back in the workplace? Let's see here, Allie, when I was younger, the family cat would get pat by my dad's face when he was asleep to wake him up for breakfast. That's funny. Yep, yeah. The little shithead does not. He does, but he has been yelling for an hour. Freya Frufers, on the other hand, does. She'll come on to bed and be like, I would like some loves, please. Oh, you're gonna leave me again? I know, I did not bring snacks because after my thumb being bitten into last week, I was kind of mad. And I was like, cats don't get snacks anymore. I'm mad.
Literally, don't bite the hand that feeds you. Literally, like literally.
Seriously. Yes, I, yeah, we had words, and my thumb still does not feel completely better.
Even Odin knows that, and she's a wild animal.
Fair. I know. I think this cat, I think all he knew how to hunt was trash from dumpsters. He loves packages. He went through bread packets, salmon, not salmon, ramen sauce packets. He just loves that crinkly, crunchy noise sounds. He thinks they're all food. And
It's because he was the real life Oscar the Grouch.
yeah, he was. And the way he has some very kitten, licky, licky, sucky, sucky. Yup, you can clip that Kilroy. Just do it and get it over with. The licky, licky, sucky, sucky. Should I do the licky, licky, sucky, sucky with my thumb gestures? Oh, here you are, little man. Are you going to demonstrate? No, never mind. No, we're going there. He's got some very kitten primitive reflexes that he's still a baby at heart and not a big asshole, even though he is.
Oh wow, I have cut this so odd.
Were we on the hood for the jacket that you did the collar that was way effed up?
No, I actually am 2 projects over it. I still need to make the collar for my fake Fendi. I'm
Yep.
making the hood right now for my. I'm in love with this star pattern. It's just super
Oh, right, the
downtown
glow in
LA.
the dark star. Are
Oh
you
my
gonna make
god.
it detachables with hook and eyes or or poppers or what's the plan?
No, we're going full giant oversized hoodie with the glowing stars. This is gone from cool sweatshirt to raver sweatshirt.
Yes.
Because when I turn the
Oh, bring
lights
out
off,
the MDMA and let's have a party.
it glows like oh I for you. If you saw that, every time I looked in, I'm like, oh, it's glowing. And then like a kid, I
I
tested it
know.
out.
All right, next week we'll cut some type of a circle skirt with our glow in the dark skull and bones. I know, Ellie. He literally tries to. I think I could wear that snack sack at my waist and carry him around by his teeth. He's like, I do circus tricks. I'm a danger to myself and others. Oh my gosh, yesterday we have this nylon, no, nylon ish cat circle thingy, and I had him in it, picked him up, and was walking around, and he just wanted to play. He's like, I could care less. This is fun to me. Him and I have tricks. He's a trickster, and not my Loki, but is also a trickster. I know. That man is a shithead. I love him, but it's a good thing actually Loki's the one it's a good thing I love because he is a cat.
Oh, you took a deep breath on that one. There was some trauma behind that deep breath.
There is, yes, he's a cat. If he didn't live with me, I'm sure that somebody would have taken him to the shelter to like get him put to sleep because, or to the vet.
I actually had a really depressing conversation about an ex-girlfriend of mine who had a husky and sent it to a shelter.
Yeah, I'm not that kind of human, but I could understand with this guy if you didn't love him the way I the way I loved him. I would see why somebody would make that choice because he's a he's a special dude. Oh my god, yeah, he's my sensitive artist.
Licky licky sucky sucky Phoenix Lecture 2023.
Yep,
That was some
licky
fun.
licky sucky sucky. Oh my god, yeah, he's a funny one.
Were you last week? Were you asking me about like someone asked me about San Francisco, and they did the same thing they do for the World Cup is they put up big blinders so people can't see the rest of the population, and they put up like they did the same thing that China did, that Brazil did, that every country does. They just block out people can't go towards the capital. That's really what it is. Because San Francisco is actually one of the most beautiful places in California as far as the Capitol
It,
building and everything. It's just
no,
surrounded by downtown San
no, it
Francisco.
completely is. It's completely funny why when Xi Jinping showed up and all the photos of all the Chinese flags instead of American flags, they're like, "We love you, Xi Jinping." Like, this kind of brings me back to this notion of when my family came here, they were like, we left Europe, whatever country that it was called at that point in time, because about borderlands and blah 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 blah. There goes the pen on the floor. We moved to this country and we're like, we are American. And folks who that debate between folks who are like move here but still identify as where they came from versus folks who came here and were like, we're going to shed that old skin and just lean into fully being American. I don't know where I was going, but
I think it's a new age mentality though. It's a very like I don't even know. I was actually thinking about that the other day.
right, because I,
I'm gonna have to straighten
it's
this
such a
out.
discrepancy. Like I could say I'm Russian, Polish, Jewish, all of these other identifying characteristics. But my family came here and we're like, we're not going to speak Yiddish. We don't speak Polish anymore. We don't speak Ukrainian. We don't speak Russian. We're here. We're Americans now because we moved here and believed in America and we didn't like what was going on with where we came from.
Well, it's also generational. I speak Spanish and my mom doesn't because she was 1950s. She was
Right,
raised like in the 1950s, you know.
right. You need to learn English.
But
I can
now
understand Yiddish by hearing, but can I speak it? Absolutely not.
but my aunt who was the first, she could speak Spanish, but none of the other siblings, my uncles or my mother speak Spanish. Well, my
Hmm.
mom does now. My mom does now, but she didn't grow up speaking it.
Right, because she was like, I've got some value in this connection. Let's see here. Kilroy reminds me of what Teddy Roosevelt speech when he said that there can be no hyphenated Americans. Either you are American or not. Fair, right?
All
And
right,
that's
sir.
why my family came here, and this whole divisiveness. Oh my God, and we can even go from stories we talked about last week. That chap in your region who pulled his I hate YouTube pew pew against the home defenders is now at risk of having his self-protection pieces being removed from the house, saying that he was at fault. And it's like, oh my God.
This is why I hide in the house and play with my serger.
Fight with your serger. We don't play with sergers. We just fight with them. Be honest with yourself and others, kid.
Hey, we've had drama lately, but something
I know.
happened last night where I'm trying to give my serger a pep talk. Something happened last night where you worked. So let's see if this test strip works. Something happened.
Can we come on, baby? We can do this again. I
Can't we all
really
just get
like to
along?
sew this. If we can do this, baby. Let's see here. It's a good thing I did not trim the end of this last package of bias binding, because I pinned it and there is so far at least 12 inches of ease. So, but I'm glad we had all that we did from our shopping sprees. Oh, quilted petticoat. No, this is not a petticoat. This is stays. What did you sew, kid?
Do you know I completely skipped out on Black Friday because I was mad at Amazon because they couldn't deliver my Vader patch. I just
Black
want
Friday's
heavy
not
metal.
until next week.
I think now that I have no packages or anything, I think I'm officially done with Amazon.
There. This is, oh my God, this is the spot I was trying not to show. I have to do a little patching, but this is on the inside. And will I maybe do it? Who knows? We'll see. The house is sewing is like, I don't know, their stuff is so nice and pretty, and I'm like, just sew these random bullshit pieces together. But we're of the same mind, but completely different, it seems like.
I'm a
We
bit
sew such different
piratey.
things.
I'm extremely piratey. I've just perfected my pirate butterfly cringes every time I turn a corner on my sewing machines because I do it in the most unprofessional manner that I possibly could muster. Because I'm just like, oh, that's kind of a corner. Oh, that's kind of a
How
corner.
could you not just like leave the needle down, pick the presser foot up, and rotate? What's unprofessional about that? How else
To
would you do
quote
it?
to quote the greatest meme of all time, ain't nobody got time for that.
It's a good. I don't know. I don't think I can use that because they might accidentally be committing digital blackface.
Is that a real
Oh
thing,
my
or
God.
did you just invent a word? That
I
seems
did
like you just
not. You
invent
can random on that while I mute myself. I will be back in
Okay.
30 seconds or less.
uh, all right. So this is take 1000 on the serger files. All right. So let's throw this in and see what happens. The serger decided to start working last night out of the blue. So, like I always say, moment of truth. It's working. This material is trying to run though, so I really got to hold it. Oh, that's beautiful. I don't want to say it, but I think the surgeon's working again. Not until it's completely finished its task. Oh! That one kind of bit me, but that's okay. So far, so good. Like I said last night, I know it's not the serger, it's me. So I just need to figure out which stitches I need to permanently have this on. Let's see if we just go a little bit more stiff, if that works. And it is. Did I catch perfect?
Talking about being stiff again, those surger stitches are so stiffer than last time.
Well, I'm just shocked that I've had this thing for 2 years and I was the problem the entire time.
Isn't that quite the case with sewing machines, though? Most of the time, like, there are times when the machine has an issue, but usually, actually, well, with Brunhild, 100%. If there's an issue, it's because I fucked up. It's not because this video of the machine has made a problem. It's completely me. Not knowing how. I fucked something up somewhere.
Oh, oh, that was a fold. I can fix that without getting my fingers slammed in there. Do you see how? Do you know what's funny?
Right,
I
sweetheart,
react.
no more sewing your thumbnails with needles. And
Oh
they're
my
done
god!
now. Live on stream, I think, for
And when
each of us.
I still have a mark on my head when I hit my head with a bagpipe. I'm famous for that one. But I'm a natural born goof, so I'm accident prone.
I'm of the I can do that, I don't need help flavor when I really need lots of help. And oh my god, I'm not a gamer and I do not usually play video games. And if I play games like Candy Crush or Haru Slide Cat, I need an intervention and I might be on the verge because Haru Slide Cat. Damn you, cat slidey Tetris game. I like you and you're a problem.
There was oh no.
I hate those
Why?
words. Trouble in the circus sewing shop.
Oh no, a needle came loose and I got it.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's a
Well, better
problem.
loose than broken in your eyeballs. Are you wearing your safety goggles? Put your goggles on. Safety first.
Dude, you work. This thing works, and then it just completely goes kaput. There's no
That's
in
why we have to
between.
practice safety.
There is like no in between with this machine. It's either oh
do
I'm
we
gonna
need a
work
do we need
or
a
I'm.
safety meeting?
Do you know what's so sad? One time I gave a safety meeting and I backed in front of everybody I just gave the meeting to. I backed into an oak tree and destroyed a work truck, and they never lived it down either. And that was like 8 or 9 years ago, and people still bring it up.
Of course they do.
Oh, that
Because
sucks.
I was
One
talking
side
about a
is.
different kind of safety meeting.
Oh, I've had too many of those today.
I know. I heard it. I heard it. I did not. I mean, I did not have enough safety meetings because my human went downtown for the Rabbis Against Anti-Semitism rally, and actually, literally heard the Orthodox rabbi mention spoke with him, and one of the other ones who we have other relationships with was like, hey, after they literally tried to run him over, run him down with their chair, but that's a whole other thing.
Yikes.
Let's see here. Bagpipe incident. Yes, that does sound like it hurt. We don't like hurted hands.
It literally pinged off of my head. I learned, you know, the bagpipe pipes are so heavy, and because I carry it around, I don't realize how heavy it is. But when it hit my head, it conked me. It really
That's like
conked me.
I've got toys or props, toys I play. No, they're toys that you know when you're not training frequently enough or well enough because they do decide to take their revenge on you. Like, I know you don't anthropomorphize things, and I, on the other hand, do. I guess I could just leave it at that. That items that I work with, like these old sewing machines or props I've been hula hoops that were gifted to me from others, that they do have an essence that is above all of the hands that worked with them.
Absolutely.
And sometimes you have to learn who the character and the being is. Yeah, I don't know where I was going, but I do anthropomorphize things because I do. But I
No, but I
believe
think about
things
that
do,
all
and
the
they tell
time.
me who they are. I can't
Oh,
always work with everything until I know, like, until we have this deep soul searching experience of, like, getting to know you, getting to know why I like.
on my semi defunct Rumble channel,
It's not
um
defunct. We're gonna. It's.
I have a video about the birth. I called it the birth of a sewing machine, and it's weird to me that that was made, in the early 1900s, but a sewing machine in this room was probably in that video.
Yep.
It's or something, or its cousin, or its uncle was made in the same factory. It's a trip,
Yep.
and those people have come and gone.
I know Kilroy Rabbis Against Anti Semitism seems like an extremely obvious name. I think it had something else, but that was the feel of the event. And while I'm here taking a break, I am going to be a good sewist and trim corners because I don't need this bulk when I turn the bias binding. The
You know what?
question I'm debating is, do I want a pretty finish and to hand whip stitch the inside, or do I want to top stitch it and do it on burn held? I haven't decided yet. We'll see.
Okay. All right. I still love my Janome, even though I use it as a bobbin winder.
None of my machines work for that. For my 101, I have to hand wind the bobbins. Brunhild, her bobbin winder works fine. But when I tried to use my Kenmore as a bobbin winder, she did not care
Did you seriously
for.
just thumb me down? This thing just gave me a thumbs. Look at that.
You got a thumbs down. I missed. What did I miss? I missed something.
it catches my hand
Oh,
gestures.
I saw a thumbs up.
It catches my hand gestures. That is the
That's
weirdest thing.
yeah.
I'm
It
gonna do
must
my
be an Apple
update.
thing. I don't understand.
Watch, when I do my update, it's gonna completely. Sometimes I don't like doing the update because it completely rewires my computer. Apple is the worst sometimes. Ah,
I cannot speak. Apple IIe 1986 made me mad, and I said I don't play with apples. I like to eat them,
wow.
but that was my last and experiences. I've had a PC since dinosaurs roamed the earth when PCs were great.
I had Reader Rabbit on Apple IIe when I was a kid. And Jeopardy, which is funny because when I started gambling, that was the game I won the most money on.
Who didn't grow up watching? Well, I'm sure lots of people, but I have fond memories of watching Jeopardy and Wheel of
Same.
Fortune with my grandma. We would eat dinner at 7 o'clock and 7:30. Those those were the pre-bedtime winding down programs. And I was pretty good. And I do agree with at least Jeopardy because participated in a quiz. I'm going to forget the name. Quiz show style sport in high school. Quiz bowl, where part of the issue was not necessarily if you knew the right answer, but it was the pressing of the button, which is the same issue I have heard with Jeopardy, in that you could know the answer, but it's how fast your thumb hits the buzzer button is actually how you know if you have won or lost that or answered that question correctly. And it's not, there's knowledge, but there's speed. Let's see. Layali hard finish for most hand finish would most likely work best. I know it will look the prettiest. So maybe we will hand sew. Well, I have not finished the sewing machine section, so we should not talk about how we are going to get to it. We are a few yards of binding. Brunhilde binds me before we get there. Oh, that would have been a funnier title. But unless you're in the know, nobody knows what Brunhilde binds me would actually make any sense.
You know what's really
I
funny?
like this.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, let me know in the downstairs sections like how we like this. My face, my machine, my guests over in the here spaces. No,
Oh man.
here, my guests in the downstairs. Let me know how. Let me know what you like or don't like. I had a PC Junior. Like, I did not.
It's my janitor keys. I forgot I was wearing them.
Like you said, that sounds like a huge pocket of change. And I'm like, who carries change around anymore these days?
Well, I do
Who
because
carries a change wallet, a coin purse?
I exist in the underground economy, so I may or may not carry cash on me sometimes. So I have change on me, which brings me back to it shocks me how the younger generation and people without a cash register, they literally have to go on their phone to give me change sometimes because they have to go on their calculator. I'm a consumer. I buy a lot of stuff. I go to a lot of thrift
Yep.
stores. Like it's in it. I'm trying to be nice.
Yeah. No, I don't think. I think this is an area where we need to stop being nice. There's certain things that we can't. We don't even have basic standards anymore. It's more of education has become what's your fees and not like can you do this basic thing.
I just needed someone
I
to be able to
feel
give me
like,
my
but I don't have two-legged human children, so I can't speak directly, but I have lots of indirect, vast amounts of experience.
Well, I'm having frustration too because I was told like I need to get younger people in the shop, and it's like no one wants to be a machinist anymore. People don't have their certs for forklifts anymore. Like you can't just walk in my job and just work there. You have to have at least one or two certs. Like you can't it's not the 80s.
No, exactly right, which is all this whole other issue. Like, folks don't know how to do anything in these basic skills. Like, are they planning on phasing everyone out for robots who doesn't need these things? Like, we're not valuing trade skills or how to do these basic things that
You know, it's really
will get
funny.
brain surgery or writing code for the next biggest video game, but skilled trades that need to actually be filled and done.
In a weird way, the show Picard kind of dealt with this because I'm not giving away the show because I guarantee no one watched it or is going to watch it. But I loved it. But it was all nostalgia. But long story short, everyone under 40 got like this virus that they were being controlled.
Oh,
And
so
so everyone,
okay.
so like all the old guys, so like at the end of the show, it was everyone over 40 was like basically saving the Federation. I was like, I like this plot. But they were basically saying how, like, be careful so you don't become a drone kind of thing, like, but I was like, wow, even Picard gets it. Like, they get it. Like, I feel like that sometimes. I have done everything. I've had major head injuries. I've had my heart stopped. I've had all kinds of crazy stuff, and I can still read. I can still write, drive a car, cook, clean, go to work every day. I've had multiple head injuries.
Right, which is good on, not good on you, but impressive nonetheless. Let's see here. Kilroy, do they even teach kids about money anymore? And Kilroy, Allie, no, Kilroy, they, and not unless they take accounting. Allie, I hate digital transaction, folks. Now, I know I have such a lot of mixed feelings. Kilroy, we've, I can't read straight right time. Let's see here, read the words. We've commanded every high school kid to go to college for the past 50 years. It's not phasing out for robots, it's just the colleges have extremely successful marketing. Fair. And college is a racket that, unless you need very certain specialized skills, I 0 out of 0 stars do not recommend. And I had some mixed feelings because I live in one of now 3 states that does not require the passing of the bar exam to become a lawyer in this state. But, well, there goes some packages of shit. Instead, they require a year of apprenticeship, basically, post their book learning years. And I wasn't sure how I felt about that, but then I was like, wait, the profession that I may or may not be engaged in, and similar to lawyers, was not a necessarily a no. Historically, it was an apprenticeship trade. You showed up, you learned stuff, you became qualified, you learned how to do your job. It's not as though there was years of book learning that had been previously mandated and tests to be passed to be qualified to do your job.
I just need someone with some certs, man. And the funny thing is, everyone who's over 35, 40, well, mainly 40, they come with their certs.
Right, but we were in the end of the dinosaur era where the book learning, but that's oh, so that goes back into the whole thing of like Nate the lawyer and other folks with the whole equity in lawyers, in doctors, that they're getting rid of the all of these testing things for some base level of knowledge, but it is this push and pull between, do people actually know how to do the thing, or do they know how to DEI and
Hmm.
fit into, make their cats sit into all these special slots. Kilroy, that's kind of how lawyers did it before the invention of law schools. They would apprentice with an established lawyer, right? Which is why and lawyers, medicines, midwives, healers. These were not all skills. The bakers, the candlestick makers, the cobblers. These were all like skilled trades that you devoted years of your life to, or somebody bought you to and you learned a skill secondarily. But
In a weird
that's how
way,
things were done.
that's how I got my job. My old man taught me for over like 20 something years how to do his job.
Right, exactly. You were an example of apprenticeship training. Let's see here. Let me catch up real quick. Alley people under 30 can't read cursive anymore. They are lost with italics sometimes. That is terrible. And right, some folks, and I kind of feel in some way with how I ended up with the day jobby thingy was in some ways like 3 generations of learning to get to what I'm doing now, and some stupid reckless choices on top of that. It was
the name
kind
of
of a
my
mixed bag.
the name of my punk band is Stupid Reckless Choices. I'm taking that.
Damn it! I wanted it! I said it first!
Oh,
Kilray, most states have some kind of apprenticeship program that is extremely underused. Right, exactly. And it's not even unfunny how someone I know got back into electricianship training, and it's the old language that is used of journeyman, and like there's a I don't not I don't know that tradition and language and value of a certain level of knowledge. Knowledge. I was going to say knowledge ship, but knowledge works just fine. It needs to come back because freaking universities stupid.
well,
And should we
everything's become political. Like I live near Cal Arts, and like that was a technical school, but they partied, you know. But now it's all political now. It's the strangest thing when I drive past there.
well everything is. I mean the whole shenanigans. Stanford University has such a litanies of problem, but then even we could expand that to the medical schools with the Johns Hopkins All Children's in Florida and their case that they just lost buco millions of dollars for the family who the kid had complex regional pain. The mom was like, "You're we're having problems," and made some extreme choices and is no longer here. YouTube, I meant she offed herself. Ugh. And there's another family and the school in Boston who the patients may have been exposed to bloodborne pathogens. And I mean, we bloodborne pathogen safety training. If you've done anything for anything in the past 30 years, you know the basic safeties, and
Even I get training for
what
that.
could have happened is like, what the WTF?
Oh, Serger. You know what? I'm just gonna
Oh,
sew this and keep going. No, because like part of me wants to fix the serger, but then it's just I think it's a screw problem. So I'm just gonna
it could be
keep
a
going
screw problem
as
for
your
sure.
cat is screaming. Yeah, screw me problem.
I didn't say screw me, screw no, screw not screw me, screw you. Let's see. All right, Kilroy. I'd say at least half of colleges have put themselves into a hole they can't get out of, and the college marketing is beginning to not work fair. Absolutely, apprenticeship is coming back in the next couple of gens. I I think it has to, and again, colleges are going to begin to shut down in the next 10 years because they aren't going to be able to pay their bills fair. I know one of my institutions was attempting to merge with another institution, probably possibly for financial reasons, and well, yeah. But we weren't big enough to get in with the Phoenix University of Phoenix. Um, a whole bunch because there was ITT Tech. Yeah, yeah. Words and feelings. Words and feelings. All right. I have not finished sewing. Let's see here. Oh, where are you stuck?
Uh-oh, I hope this isn't going to be a failure of a hood. I have a
We'll
weird
just have to
collection.
wait and see.
I have a weird collection of about 3 or 4 hoods that are just complete failures because if you're off, it's a failure, because it's not going to fit on
Could
the
you use them for inside for lining one-off linings?
Oh, I'm such a mess today. It's this I blame the serger. Today it's the serger's fault.
That's why mine is still in the bad kids corner. I love the notion of the serger, but I don't love the way it looks and feels though. It's so loud and noisy. Like I don't know.
I agree. You know what? I'm not
But then
100% sold. Every time I use it, I have to take it apart and put it back together.
I know I cannot sew with my or surge with my whatever it's called. Whatever I do with my serger, all I know is how to rethread it. I feel like I don't know. I should break it out and oil it, however, because oh, my noni machine definitely needs love. Alright, so maybe if we're lucky, we will finish one half of the bias binding. I will hand stitch the wrong side tomorrow so it looks pretty. And it will. Oh, no. First, I will restitch what I've done because my bobbin has run out of thread. And I did not realize for a period of time because Brynhild is very quiet when her bobbin runs dry. Let's see here what's going on in the chat. Ellie laughs. Yes, I know. It's so many words and feelings. No, what?
Oh, this might have that Sharky.
Yeah. Sharky?
No, if you cut a hood wrong, it has like a weird cat face. Cat face. It looks like a Godzilla-sized cat.
You mean like this one?
Yeah, cat looks huge on the camera. Oh, that's
He is
fun.
cute. He's getting fat.
Oh, fat cats are awesome though. We here in the house of sewing, we love fat cats. As long as they're not
He's
pregnant.
not fair. He's not. I think he's gaining weight, but I still am not. I don't know. I still work. Like, there's a part of me knowing where he came from, and my last cat who came from where he came from. That I'm just scared he's got congenital heart issues that I don't know about because he's kind of tachypnic and is not really gaining weight well. And I don't want another cat with congenital feline hypercardiomyopathy. Those are the fancy words.
All right, we can try this on right here and see if it fits or not.
Okay, let's change it out of bobbin. Or we'll just rewind this one.
Oh, it's gonna be close. It's gonna be close, but it fits. It's gonna be close. It's gonna be real close. That's why you measure 3 times and cut once. All right, I'm gonna attempt to attach this. But like, I'm really picky. I'm actually really picky. So if it doesn't go all the way around, I will not put it on.
No, you gotta make what you like, and if it doesn't work right, then you either have to fix it or pass it on.
It's gonna go in the pile of misfit hoods, and someone smaller than me one day is gonna be like, "I love all these hoods." I'm like, "You can have them all for free with your small head."
No, actually, you should just use your patterns and scale them down and make hoodies that are the size of the hoods. Because the hoods are already made. You've just finished them in the right sizes.
That's not
Small.
fun, Phoenix. Oh, what? I'm pulling
Sewing.
thread
I would like to
behind my.
sew for other people. Sewing also. I have all these pieces that I refuse to finish for other people.
Oh, that's different. If you pay me, I will make you a replica of anything that you want. I will
Well,
do it
just
the
have some
proper size.
pre-made stock.
Oh.
Oh, I just hit it through the hole. Oh my eyeballs, you have to see to be able to find the bobbin. No, I have some bobbins. Where's the bobbins? Where's the bobbins? Nope, I think it's in this tin. Are there bobbins in this tin that says attachments? Yes, there are. Are we gonna use up random pieces of bobbin? 100%, because I'm not gonna use themselves. Is this, who knows how old this thread is? I don't. You know.
Oh, I kind of don't like it.
Okay. Oh, I did not show any of this. So, let's see here. There's our bobbin. This is the white rotary hand crank bobbin. It is a funny one. It is not like a singer or it is not a singer. Singer. It is what they call the figure 8. So we're going to no this way. Take the bobbin, shuttle in the bobbin. There is a hook at the bottom that we loop it through, wind it over to the other side, find all the hooks, and it gets loppered in. That was terrible showing and I could hardly see it, but we're done. All right, you can get a drink, Ellie. Right, this show is all drinks and trauma.
Did you like have to go in the car? Because I live in LA County, and like in order to do certain things, I have to get in my car for everything.
No, I threaded the bobbin all by myself.
Oh no, I was talking to Alibaba when you said
Oh
I'm
yeah,
back.
right.
I'm curious. Like, did you go to Tim Hortons?
Oh, Timmy Hose. He didn't have the worst donut holes I ever put in my mouth.
Do you know what's funny? I've had Tim Hortons, I've had Dutch Brothers. There's certain things that I didn't grow up around that I think are great, and other people are like, "Oh, that's awful. I don't like that stuff." But like, I'm not a coffee snob or anything. I'll drink AA coffee. I'll drink Starbucks. I don't care. I don't care if it's leaded. I'll drink it.
I will just drink the coffee dressed in brown, as in the words of Ani DeFranco, the water dressed in brown.
And you know what's funny? I
That's
will
mostly
drink coffee
coffee.
black. I'm not like I'm not a snob like that. If that's all they got, like, hey, I'll imbibe.
No, it's not a snobby thing. It's just black water is black water, and it's good.
I think because I started drinking at a coffee because my father was a real life pirate. So I was drinking coffee at like 7 6 7 years old. So I've been drinking the same style my whole life. That's why I call it the
Fair.
poor man. Sorry.
I have been drinking. I've been exposed to coffee culture my entire life for 44 hours, and coffee is nice and me likey.
And I don't blame anybody.
I just like a nice beverage. I think really.
Same. I like sitting down with the cup. Makes me feel civilized. Sitting down with a cup in my hand.
Right, like, and not a paper one, something with a handle that you have to. Oh, something like this with a beverage. Though the glass straw is kind of weird to me, but it's not the worst thing.
You know what's really funny? I have a metal straws, but I don't like them because I hit my teeth with them.
I don't mind the glass one, but I'm afraid that little shithead is gonna chew it because he chews everything, and there's gonna that he's gonna like swallow glass.
You'd be surprised when I had the min pin, she would get razors and chew on them. Oh yeah. Oh dude, and for some reason she never got scratched or anything, but like so we ended up having to damn near put him on the roof.
Right. Yeah, that. Oh my
She would
gosh.
break in the bathtub and grab razors. She was crazy. Animals are crazy.
Yes, they definitely can be.
I forgot about that. I remember looking at the dog being like, "Razors, really? Are you kidding me? You're chewing
Right,
on."
of all the things, like, why do you have to have such a will to off yourself,
And she'd keep coming
creature?
back to him. So I was like, "This is a habit. This is a habit."
Right, we've gone past addictions. This is like, or no, we've gone past habits. I think you entered addiction. And
I don't miss, and honestly, like, and more than the fact I grow attached, but that's why I haven't got another dog.
no, but you have a beautiful Odin one-eyed cat, and you don't have a dog, but you have a cat, or a cat has you, actually.
She's so funny. It's so strange. And she waits for me. She now knows my habit. So it's weird being stared at by one green eye. And
Yeah,
it's
they do that.
green
They're
green.
funny.
Like the cat's eye is super green.
Oh, I believe it. That's my Loki's got this like blue-eyed, green-eyed thingy going on. Let's see here. Allie, Ancient Bobbin Secrets. Some threads last, some others may fair. Oh no,
Oh,
no, it's this way, but I can't.
I've never heard of Dutch
Good.
Brothers. Only had Krispy Kreme once. I crave those things. You get
Oh,
them
they're
fresh
not
out the
that great.
box.
No, they're fine, but like unless you get them perfect, they're like meh.
Well, see, here's the thing. I'm weird. Like if they're at the office, I'll walk past them. But if you send me to the store, I'll eat half a box because they melt in your mouth. Like fresh Krispy
No,
Kreme are bomb.
exactly. Right, Krispy Kreme. There's certain things that it's like fresh hot bagel. Like go to the bagel shop at
Oh
4 o'clock in the morning when they're fresh. You eat your bagel. If you wait till 9 o'clock when you
yeah.
should roll in after your night and hope for the and eat the bagels, you've missed the best one flavor.
Even the Noah's, well, that's more like there's a Noah's up the hill from my house, and I still go there. But I'm a 4 a.m., 5 o'clock kind of guy, so I know every business in
Yeah,
my
it,
town that's open at 5.
right.
And you know what? My local donut shop, I have known the owner so long that like basically I remember her from elementary school back when she had the 80s hair and she
Oh.
worked for her mom and now she basically is her mom. She's turned it, she owns all. It's crazy. It's just crazy. So I give her a ton of
No,
business.
but that's good. That's the same thing that we talked about. This is apprenticeship learning skilled trades. She learned how to be a entrepreneur, business person, how to make bagels.
She's smart though
Like
because
this,
she now has 3 donut shops in my yuppie town. She has like a donut conglomerate. She's
she's
smart.
right. Exactly. It's
And she
skilled
still
trade
has.
plus a little smarts, and shit happens. Yeah, it. We don't value these things anymore, and
Even the people that work at the Ace Hardware store by my house, it's the old local hardware. So it's all the people who used to work at the local hardware store. It closed down. They all started working at a Ace. It's a little
yeah,
bit
or that.
overpriced, but I go there
Yeah,
because all the locals, like they're all over 50, you know?
yeah. No, exactly. Oh my god, this. I was thinking we were talking about this earlier. How when you used to go to the deli section at the grocery store, you could say specific words like super ultra thin but not shaved, and you knew you were going to get this, like, you
Oh
could
yeah.
see through your piece of meat and it was beautiful, and each one was shaved equally and perfect. And now you go to the meat section at the grocery store and these kids don't like, the butcher and the meat shop used to be a valued skilled trade, and now it's these like folks who don't, are just needing a job and people are trying to fill in slots into a hole. I i
You
want
want
a
to talk
nice
about
meat cutter.
when I lived in Arizona, I worked for a man. His real name was Mark Guido. He owned
Mm-hmm.
restaurants named Guido's.
Yeah.
He saw something in me, and this man taught me how to cook Italian food. I took that skill and worked at the College Street Deli at ASU, and I am forever grateful to that man because he taught me how to slice meat. He taught me how to cook. I can
I
make you
know
anything. I
these
would
are simple
shock you.
things like meat shape. Oh my god.
But he taught me the skill of meat slicing because it is a skill. You have to know what
It
you're doing in a
is.
way because it's a lot of
Right.
math. You have to know the settings. You have to know your machine.
Right, and each one is different, and you have to not shave your fingers into the person's meat. And it's so, like, it's easy to get the bigger slices the way people want them, but the way I like my meat shaved, it's like paper thin but not falling apart, wafer thin but not falling apart. I just, oh, I'm so picky and I'm so disappointed, and I miss folks who could do that job really well.
But do you think like but I'm gonna tell you, like culturally speaking, okay, for as much as I gripe about the younger generation, we're not teaching them these skills, or maybe these skills aren't available to them. Somewhere along the line, someone dropped the baton and they're not teaching like I know more about AC and DC motors than I ever wanted to know because I was raised by an electrician. But he taught me everything he knew.
Fear, but these kids, I think at least in the grocery stores for these like simple skills that I'm feeling disappointed on, there's no there's nobody at the grocery stores who's done this job for 50 years, 60 years, grown up shaving meat in the butcher shop for descendants, long lines. There's not that history, so folks don't have great training, and the little places aren't or can't. I don't know.
The Safeway by my house, all the cashiers have worked there for 20, 30 years plus. Not all of them, but the morning
Right, but
shift,
did the
you know.
meat? Oh, what about the meat people?
They can't keep people.
Right. See, right, which folks don't have any lineage of training. I think like also there used to be. I mean, I've got different that lineage of training of folks that you who were your teachers used to be valued, and there's certain places where I can say some that I can say online and some that I can't. Of like, I have this direct this person from this person from this person shared and passed on knowledge that and that I don't know that I don't know. Do people just not value their teachers, or are teachers crappy? Am I going like hog wild because it's my show and I can kvetch randomly have
But
time
I
showing
think
up?
you and I are the last of people who were raised by people from the old world, the old country. Like
Maybe
my my grandma was literally from a different country.
my dad was. Forget my grandma. My dad was from a different country. My father was not born here, and my other family are from folks who were like used to be called like they were the others. They were not like the ooh, you're the white waspy people. They were
But
like, ooh, we're
those
scared of
values,
you. You're other. You're not right.
but those old school head down, go to work values have kind of disappeared. And
Yeah,
there's a million different it's not just one issue though. You can't just say it's one issue. It's an ancillary thing where it's everything has bled
it,
into the
it,
problem.
it, it completely is. And how do we get back? Because I feel in so many ways that we could be that be. Do I dare say make America great again in the way that my family moved to this country and had these like America's the best. I moved here because I loved it and it was the best place ever. And what I have now is subpar. And how do we get back to that amazingness?
It sounds cliche, but you have to be the change. When I go out in public, you have to be the change. You can't like but that's me being proactive. I also work in outreach. Like I do a bunch of like outwardly human helpy things. So I'm tactile. So I'm a
That
bad
no, I
example.
can't. I can't say I did. I am not because I mean
With your
people
field
with
though, you are in a way with your field,
Right, exactly. I showed the placenta I made. I helped in one of some a human's very first day of being an air breather, and I I do trust in things that are old but new, and I can't help being public facing, even though I try to be not. But that's a whole other issue.
I've only heard of Dutch Brothers in passing. Is I have a question, Phoenix. Is Dutch Brothers only in is it only in Oregon and Washington?
It might be. I honestly, I've never had a Dutch Brothers coffee. It's
I'm hooked. I'm hooked on coffee. So I'll drink coffee anywhere. I'll drink it at 7-Eleven. I'll drink it at AM PM. Like I do not care.
I appreciate that, but I drink my coffee made at home in the morning and then I'm done with my coffee. So I do not have I, I other I do not generally have an outside of the house coffee habit.
Do you drink a specific brand? Like I'm bougie, and the funny thing is like my son totally judged me. He's like, "Okay, you buy Starbucks coffee." He's like, "It's this, this, and this." I said, "Okay." I went and bought cheaper stuff, and he's like, "This tastes horrible." Oh, they have Dutch Brothers in Utah. Hi, Pam.
Hey Pam, I watched your oh my god, your latest most current Friday sews with you making tops for all of your current generations was super adorable. And I do not have a Pacific specific brand. I am marginally biased because I do have an affiliate code down in the downstairs for Coffee Brand Coffee. So, but actually,
I'm
I tasted it and I did not. I after three buyings it for humans and have not actually bought the coffee for myself to drink. I did, and it is good coffee, and they're having their holiday special. And Jeremy from the Quartering, who owns Coffee Brand Coffee, is for he just plunked down $25,000 in advertising for Coffee Brand Coffee on the artist formerly known as Twitter's.
I do not know what to call it either. This hood was kind of a failure, but I think I want to put it on a different project.
There's nothing wrong with that. I know sometimes you do something. It's like this is not right, but it's not right forever. It's just not right now.
That's why I keep all my failure hoods because I keep them to teach myself like don't repeat this for the fifth time.
Right? I know. You're right, Allie. If and I knew for myself, there will be hand whip stitching of the rest of this binding onto the inside. So if I get through all, oh my gosh,
Oh no, I'm
I have at
craving.
least What are you craving? I don't want to know.
Oh, coffee that's like 900 miles away from my house. I may or may not know exactly how far it is to where you are to where I am, like down to the miles from my front door.
I I don't know nothing about that, but let's
I
see
think you need
here.
some coffee.
Ellie Kilroy, is that the yellow brick of coffee? I think that before. Very good coffee. Pam, any of the coffee I have tried is not good, but mostly Keurig coffee, but haven't tried very many coffee. Is just weird. Well, okay, honey, my dear child, if Keurig coffee is the only coffee you've ever had, then you have not experienced coffee, and I would not. Ju- I appreciate why you hate it because I would too. It gets better.
And you can
Uh,
also try like um coffee and tea from different cultures. Like Thai iced tea will have you running around the house.
oh, yeah,
Um
'cause all the sugar and freaking milk. Yes, exactly. Oh, yes, it is, Allie. They sell it in canisters now. I love it, and it's so cheap too. Oh, that's good. Hey, hey, Pam. Hey, hey, Pam, we're electric. Oh, that's a different song. Never mind.
Keurig is
Here,
it just Keurigs
no,
are over ambitious. That's what they are. They're just over ambitious.
they're not. It's like, no. Keurig is, no, get my fingers in the right camera. Keurig is my... No. Where's my iPad next? We can do this. Welcome to Keurig. Welcome to coffee.
Oh, this is the hot chocolate time of year.
Problem here? Okay.
And Alibaba, my hood was a failure because it didn't go all the way around. Because my serger, I think there's a loose screw in my serger, and so the serger needle popped out and halfway through it. So I got the serger going, but only one half is surged, and it just doesn't go all the way around. But I can put it on an open. I have a ton of open face things I can put it on, so it's not a complete loss. But I wanted it to completely wrap around, but it doesn't fit on my shirt.
I hate when I mismeasure or I'm like, oh, I'm tinier than I think I am. And then I'm like, nope, you're just a fatty.
I've been really good because usually I really overcompensate and make them huge, but this time I pulled it in a little bit and it was a failure.
You know, my problem is the patterns aren't wrong. It's my waistline that's wrong.
I always blame the dryer and say the dryer shrunk my pants.
Criticisms, but we'll talk about that later.
I always say the dryer shrunk my pants. Keurig is not real coffee. It's coffee like beverage.
No, you're supposed to pre-wash and dry before you unless something. There are garments where literally you will never wash. Like my corsets and stays with boning, I will literally never wash them, so they will stay true to size. But
what about
me?
What about wool? I have a real wool poncho that I've washed and it's never shrank. I washed it multiple.
Well, you are very fortunate because I have handmade knittable garments that got with wool and mohair and beautiful things that I clickety-clacketied myself and human shrunk them. And I was like, I don't know if I can live with you anymore because you don't know how to launder my clothes. Let me do it.
It actually happened with a hockey jersey of mine. Someone who's my ex-wife, she put a hockey jersey in a dryer and it shrunk. It was an old school Canadians jersey
real cotton. Yep.
From the 1960s, and she didn't realize that you can't dry, and it went down too. So I'm not kidding you. It's like it used to be over my hands. I have not grown. Now it's like up to here on my sleeves, you know.
No, I do because I think that's the same reason why my grandmother made and knitted all of her. Actually, my grandmother never owned a washer and drying machine. She hand washed and hung dry every garment of clothes ever. She literally never owned those two pieces of machinery. Oh, hot chocolate, yes. I know, Ellie. Kilroy, could you send your corsets to a dry cleaner? Probably, but usually it's spot treating, which if there is blood on your fabric, I not highly recommend. The solution is hydrogen peroxide, and blood is magical. You might need to do a couple of treatments, and you have to gently brush, but not too hard depending on what your fabric is. But blood and hydrogen peroxide are amazing, and
you're giving CSI tips.
No, I don't.
I'm giving you a hard time.
We know nothing here. If you learn something, it's a complete accident. Consult with your professionals for consulting things because.
And yes, Dub, we heard you. Oh, Jinx, Kilroy and I said at the same time. Yes, we heard you. These mics are, it's so funny. I was going through a mid-mic life crisis today because I have to find a new stand for my mic.
And you can do that. You do not. Your mics are so amazing. Heard Allie. Saw Allie speak many weeks ago of mics in their possession from the 70s. If you're gonna buy new mics that you only bought 2 years ago or acquired 30 years ago, 25, there's a problem with your wires or your electrics and not the mic. I'm gonna
Well,
say.
this mic is beautiful. This was actually meant for a studio. This is meant to be in a booth. But
Right, so
I'm I use things not necessarily for what they're intended for.
who's saying I don't finish? Do I get everybody warmed up and don't bring them to completion? Am I being heard that I can't bring folks to completion? Is that what's going on here?
I do the same thing though. I have like 5 projects going on because I'm waffling right now. Should I go thrifting tomorrow morning or should I just sew all night and then just sleep in tomorrow?
You should just sew all night and sleep in because it is finish. I mean, it should be finished at Fridays or mend at Mondays.
I might just
At least in
should
my
I put a
brain.
collar? Should I put a collar on my shirt and make it like an old school like baseball looking jersey from the early 1900s? I might
Yes, let's bring back when we used to dress. I mean, I'm a huge slob. I didn't put my face on. I'm not in proper undergarments or overclothes. And bleh.
because of my hygiene habits in a weird way, I get dressed up everywhere I go. But that's just because like because of my complexion, I have to be fully lotioned. I refuse to be ashy. And like with
Oh
my
well,
vest,
that's what
I'm
it's called long sleeves and pants. Nobody can see. I cover up places where folks might feel I look not nice.
well, same, but I feel like I'm wearing a 3-piece suit with my pants, my long sleeves, and my vest.
No,
And then like
that's just called clothes.
we've had an extra long summer, so I've been riding my bike more, but I'm back to a car because I refuse to be cold. I'm too old
No,
for
it
my
is
bones to hurt. I
right
said it.
fair.
I said it. I'm a hardcore biker who refuses to be cold.
I
Uh,
right. I never biker, but also do not like to be cold.
well, this time of year too, there's more people on the road and people I never noticed how many people live in LA County until this time of year when people are shopping.
Oh, for Thanksgiving. Oh, but it's not necessarily people who live there, but it's the holidays and folks who are like, this might be my one and only time to go visit my child or auntie or nephew or niece or who, my relative who lives in the great state of blah 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 socialism.
Be happy with the body you have. You only have one. I you know
This
it's
is
really
true.
funny. I see that every day and someone my predecessor used to always tell me like look in the mirror and tell yourself that you like yourself even if you don't because you're stuck with you, you know? He was
Fear. I
big
know
on
this.
that. He was big on that.
Fear. I have a love hate relationship with that. Let's see here. Allie, Godless, that boom, both. Oh, I can't read. Boom, both. Mic stand just needs a plastic washer to add grip so it doesn't slip the mic around. See, you just need a washer. You just need to wash it. Kilroy, like the old forgotten saying goes, dress for your body you have, not the body you want. Fair. Under overgarments. Yes, Dove. All I have is under overgarment. That's my favorite things to make.
I'm
And
weirdly
then
conservative though, because I wear long sleeve
I,
everywhere.
I know I'm like complete. I part of me is like I must be modest and nice, and then at the same time I'm like can I make these twirlies for my tassels and like make them work? I like. Yep. Welcome to the circus. All of the fun times. We have
Oh,
to.
vests are amazing. Alibaba, I've been rocking my leather vest in public. I'm trying to break it in. I should put that thing on.
Ooh, but I do have to plug. Actually, can I get something to pay attention to where I'm showing? So this is probably North of Washington. This is my white Rotary electric that needs some works in the electric fashions, but the way the knobs on the faux drawer pull are completely perfect for holding brushes with a big. Oh, it just is. It's set up nice. Like there's some, you need to do your job, and you need your tools. And I tried to do some tidying because it was a hot mess in here before we started streaming. I don't know what. We're selling shit because we like it.
Oh man, I've been slowly cleaning out everything and finding all my old projects, and I finally found my apron. So I'll be rocking that thing again. I gotta
I have
clean
not
that up.
even started on my apron. I know. Well, that's good you have an apron to find because I know we were talking about that like months and weeks ago at this point in time.
Well, I made one months ago on a live stream. It feels like months ago, but it probably wasn't. Do you know, I opened my big chompers and said that I'm going to make a bag. So this week, I have a pattern for a bag, and I'm going to make a bag. I've never made a bag before.
Well, it should be just fine. You don't have to worry about it fitting because it's gonna work.
I'm not a bag maker, though. But then I was watching this short about this weird fashion designer guy who has millions of views, and I watch them because I'm like, what are they doing that gets them millions of views? I may not even
Well, how
necessarily
are
be
you
interested.
better than I am?
I'm not even interested. I just want to know their formula. And this young man, like, he makes dresses and all kinds of cool stuff, and he's in LA. I can tell he's in LA just by the streets he's walking on. Oh, I completely had a brain fart.
So, folks, you've learned tricks from folks who have practiced being influencers.
Literally. Well, I watch a lot of sewing content, and I want to learn, and I also want to, I want to grow and expand. I don't consider myself I think it is Gunner. I think it is. He has a really viral video of making a dress. He walks into a shop that's in
Oh,
downtown
Gunner,
LA.
that's right. Okay, fair. Okay, and oh my God, Ellie, it's snowing already. We have not had snow down here, but actually, in the mountains we've had snow. But my winter lettuce greens are sprouting nicely because I can still grow stuff, and my roses are still blooming. I'm sorry,
He's
Ellie.
extremely talented. I think that's him. Let's see if that's him.
That's the only gunner I can think. I mean, I'm sure. No, there are other gunners, but if we're talking about modernist sewing
Yep.
gunner,
Yep.
I can think of Gunner Death Rage.
Yep, he lives in LA somewhere because all the shops he walks into, I'm like, that's downtown, that's the west side, that's the east side. He has the same
Right,
map I
does
have.
he get the right prices? Like, is he overpaying?
No, he's not, because he goes to the $1.99 places, the 99-cent places. It's the same places I go. It makes me
Well,
laugh.
that's good to know. So well, why don't you two have a collab? Why don't you like
He
do
lives
some
in the
meetups or something
super.
at the shopping store?
He said that he lives in Pasadena, so there's a probability that I'll see him.
Well, you could make it a purposeful. Or
Honestly,
like,
someone like that, I would want to learn from someone like that. I would be like, bro, just start sewing, and I'll follow. Go right ahead.
well, why don't you email them?
I'm not
Or
a dressmaker though, and that well, I am now that I think about it. I really am
that's
because
true.
I've been
Their
getting paid.
dresses are definitely not the patterns I've recently seen you pick up into your
Well, I've
collection.
my 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 buddies, my conservative buddies have really picked up their it's dress season. It's getting colder, and
It's
so
getting
people are like, "Hey,
cold.
will you
We need
make me
to
this? Will
cover
you
our
make me this?"
shoulders.
No.
Oh, let's see here. It was good. Oh, I know two bag makers. I give thanks before I think fear. Gunner and Godless. Having a collab would be like the T-ball team caption. Oh my god, I can't even read. It's going so fast. The chat. T-ball captain and Joe DiMaggio playing together. Oh, that's funny, Kilroy. And yes, Godless is Joe DiMaggio in this situation.
Damn right, he'd want to
Oh,
make out. He'd be distracted.
right.
He would be distracted. I don't have time for any of those shenanigans. I just want to sew. He was.
Okay.
You know what's really funny? I think he was on Project Runaway. I'm going back and watching all the old episodes because I'm watching anything that has a gray singer in it.
Yeah, I'm not because I don't pay money for that stupid. What are you gonna do when I saw on December 1st that Disney Plus is no longer going to be operating until March?
It's just not going to be working. Or I refuse to. I have beef right now with all these different services. I'm a hardcore Doctor Who fan, and I just recently found out that it's all on Disney Plus, and I refuse to have one more service to pay for. I refuse. And even though I have ESPN, every time I try to log in, they want me to pay $7.99, and like it's just not worth it because I pay for cable because I'm obsessed with hockey.
Yeah.
I
And
pay
you
for
were
Wi-Fi.
promised a lie. I thought I was gonna pay for cable and hockey was here. I was promised ESPN Plus and hockey was going to be here for me. And they lied. How do I get my hockey?
And that's the thing, like ESPN, and they have their own glitches, but like I'm just tired of everything being privatized. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but I probably won't watch Doctor Who. I'm obsessed so much that I've been to Wales because of a television show. I've literally been to Wales because I've been to Cardiff. I've been all over the UK because of Doctor Who. And I probably won't even watch the new show. I'm offended.
That is saying a lot. Everything is being subpar and not satisfactory.
I call myself a time traveler. I call this room a TARDIS because I was obsessed with Doctor Who. And the sad thing is I've been waffling back and forth, but like I probably won't pay for Disney Plus because I thought that they bundled it, but they didn't. And it's only $8, but it's the principle.
It is. Go through and make sure you actually cancel all of that shit. Because you have a habit of not doing that.
Well, what it is, it's like Paramount Plus was charging me twice. ESPN was
What?
charging me 3 times. Like, because
How
every time I open a
did you
device,
let them How did you get a... No, that's shame on you,
Because I
Troy.
open it, because I open it on multiple devices, and you just hit buttons, not realizing because it says, "Are you linking to this account?" And you say, "Yeah," and they charge you for another account. I have a Doctor Who coloring book. Do you know what's really funny? I that might be really, if it's an older one, it's really valuable, Pam, because I have a bunch of Star Trek comic books I bought at my local swap meet years ago, and I sold them for like 9 times what they were worth, and they weren't because they weren't colored in. I don't know if you were here earlier, Pam, but I bought an exercise bike.
Yes. Hello, Dove. I'm not paying attention. You could read my chats for the next little while if you feel proclivity.
I think Phoenix needs a new prescription. Oh, it's a
What
newer
is...
one. That might be worth money as well, though, because I have a bunch of I have a free comic that I got from Comic-Con, one that has Peter Capaldi and another one that has Matt Smith, and it's worth a ton of money. And I'm like, people were handing these out on the streets. I should have got more of them.
That's why I was keeping my FAF and Q needles that were $10 a piece, according to no.
So are you actually? Yes, I'm excited to use the bike, Pam. I am. In this era of cutbacks and such, no one having the buying power they have had before, they should really stop bundling the TV platforms. It bothers me. It's ruined things for me.
It's just a terrible racket, though, and there's so many stations that I want to watch, and it's glitchy. It's not nice. It is a not nice experience. And,
Oh.
and so much money. Everybody's like, give me this, give me this. I am worthy of this, and I want to actually be worth it. And I can understand that one person who on the YouTube today was like, yeah, I know I don't really like you. And I'm like, that's fine, it's okay. Sometimes we're pretty, and sometimes we're like, yeah, we have injuries, it sucks. Things are not always pretty.
I'm over everything being privatized. And last year's hockey, they had so many glitches that it was kind of a debacle where you couldn't watch it on anything that wasn't a phone or a computer. So I'm just over all these glitches. And I'm sorry, but back in the day, cable, you'd plug it in the wall, you'd plug your TV in and move on with your life.
Right, things used to be easy and simple. And if you needed help, there was a skilled tradesperson who could actually meet your needs. It wasn't some robot generic bullshit.
Oh, you know what? Everybody's like, "Oh, Godless, you're crazy," but my butt is gonna look amazing by January with me on this thing.
My belly, I need to have way... my metrics better be way better by January. Oh, shiz knees.
I think
This
cable
is...
is gonna collapse. Selling cable is like selling buggy whips right at the Model T is invented. Cable drives me crazy. The whole thing is a racket. It's been driving me crazy lately. That's why the whole Doctor Who thing kind of hurts my feelings, because I have gone to a different country because of not just because of a television show, but I went to a place that not too many people go. Who says I'm going to Wales? I
Oh
did.
goodness, Ellie, you used to have wine grapes that three vines in the backyard screwed them up, cutting them back. 1 year, missed the wine, one bread, one wine. Oh, I know grapes and wine. I lived in places where, in many places where grapes were valued crops for Welch's jelly and then other things. And oh, I do miss it. Concord grapes are not like other grapes, but all grapes are good grapes.
Pam, do you have an exercise bike? You
I
should
said
start
two
a.
at the Goodwill. I did not buy them, but I was like, I need you to stand up and hula hoop because, hey, you use what you already have.
I was thinking about combining sewing and working out.
Me too, because if you can't, I am a hula hoop. I don't want to just be a sewing station. I came here to hula hoop and make cute outfits to hula hoop in, but I've only been sewing and not hooping, and
Well,
I
the real reason I bought this too is because this is perfect for someone like me who's super ADD, and like my office job is really affecting me because I'm not as active as I used to be. So it's
right.
getting to my waking is getting to me. It's all. So this will just encourage me.
Nope, there's good to
That
know
bike
where
is
you.
not for sewing. It doesn't belong in a sewing room. Mine's outside on the back porch. Well, what's gonna happen is the second Hans sees this, he's gonna beg me to put this in the living room. But because I don't want my living room to be weird, I'm gonna put this in my kitchen. Plus, I have new carpet. No, this cannot go in the living room. And plus, we all can hear my breathing. My lungs need help. Oh man. And like I'm on year, I don't know what, of just sitting on my duff at my job, and it's really affected me. That is a rumpus room. He could cause a rumpus on the sewing machine. I agree with Joy though. I am gonna take this thing out. This is where the touch and smoke was.
Let's see here. All right, look, I maybe we gotta let. All right, hold on. I got ideas.
That won't make the kitchen weird at all. I need to hang out in my kitchen more. I pay for every cable box in this house, and I need to justify being in my kitchen more. I lived in wine country in Europe. I was shown the best and the ways I should have known better, but still kept them back. My grapes are weirdly still growing. I don't know what to do. They're still green.
Just let them grow. Trim them back. If there's too many of the leaves, then you take them for doma. Oh, I'm good. What's the word? Grape leaf stuffed with rice, and sometimes just rice or meat. And I am not seeing the chat because I'm just hooping for a few minutes because I want to and need to hoop.
And
And
plus,
it's
I
my
feel like,
channel and you'll love me or you'll hate me or leave. So thanks. Bye.
and another reason I bought this is I saw this at the Goodwill a couple days ago, but I constantly feel like I'm going to pull my coccyx, and that's from sitting on my duff at my job.
You don't pull your cocks.
I was being sarcastic. Have you heard of sarcasm? No, I know, Pam. I know. I'm not. Oh no. I know you're joking.
It's a problem with
You
typing
know
versus
that.
talking. Like, spoken jokes go over way better than written jokes because of tone. This is the circus. If you feel uncomfortable, it's probably let's go with it should make you uncomfortably funny, not just uncomfortable.
You know that there's a Singer Industrial stand that has a pedal bike-like motion. There's also the sewing racket system for high speed. That is my middle name. No, in no way, shape, or I know you're joking, Pam. I know. I'm trying to, one of the real things I have to stop myself because I'm trying to figure out how to use this to power a sewing machine. But Isaiah's still mad at me because I cut a jump rope for my treadle.
You
So I had to
cut a
buy him a
jump
new.
rope?
I did because it was the perfect leather rope and everything. So I had to buy him a new one.
Well, I guess it was good for the testing of the tools. If I could know, if I would show how good it would be for tomorrow's.
I can't believe I miscalculated my hood. I just need to start making the larger necks from now
I
on.
can. I'm just fat and everything doesn't fit right, and I'm super
Let me sit
uncomfortable.
with you.
It's a me
They're
problem,
gonna
not a you problem.
my so-called ass. No, that's for the OnlyFans. The only way you'll ever know if I'm hurting financially is if you see that I have an OnlyFans.
That's a whole other issue. That's a kettle of coccyx we did not go into.
Is OnlyFans still around?
Oh yeah, and there's a whole debacle of OnlyFans we didn't even get into. There was the one about the stepdaughter who received a substantial sum of money, and it was like, oh, it was my stepdad. I'm like,
Oh, I get it, Pam. It's because I said putting it in the kitchen wouldn't be weird at all. Sarcasm. It's gonna encourage me to earn my meals. I'm kidding. I'm kidding on that one.
see, I know Ellie knows it's Greek. This
Oh,
grape leaf stuffed rice thingy majiggies. They're tomates. It's a D. Yeah, it's because I said putting it in the kitchen wouldn't be weird at all. Just sarcasm. Right? It's a joke. We're here for the funnies and the
oh,
clowns. If you don't like the clowns, then I'm sorry.
oh man. And plus, like I feel like I'm really out of shape. Pre-COVID, I was in a
I
hockey
am.
league and
I'm
everything.
super out of shape. My clothes don't fit. I'm so out of shape and porky.
I was in an over 40 hockey league and everything, and then like we can't play around each other because of COVID protocols now.
No, I can poop in my own house, but I'm just not. I've just been a fatty.
Oh. And I'm hoping that they bring the league back, but we're all going to be out of shape. So I want to be in shape when they bring the league back because they've been
You
talking
want to
about
be
it.
the fittest kid on the Fat Boy team?
Well, I've been observing some people and they're like, oh, I'm ready to go. And their wives are like, he hasn't played hockey in 3 years. He's going to get hurt. And I'm like, all right, I'm not the only one.
We can do this.
Oh. Especially the league I was in. It was the huffiest league you've ever been in your life. Oh. I grew up with 8 brothers and 4 sisters. Yes. Oh yes, you have to. I grew up in a big family too. We all dislike each other.
Oh, see, mine didn't. I mean, did not grow up. I had half as many, and I don't know.
Oh.
We're a family. We are a family network.
I gotta start doing my ice skater stretches again too. Oh, I used to be able to put my foot on my back flat, but I can't do that anymore.
Your foot on your back flat.
No, on my back flat. Like stretch my foot completely on my back, but I can't do that anymore.
Mm, yeah, I need a little warming up for that. The School of Hard Knocks has given me a PhD in sarcasm and humor. Yes, Kilroy. Yes. Pam, we all got along for the most part. Yes. At some point, you have to be like, and we're stuck with you, so we might as well find some peace or figure out how we're not going to.
Do you know what's really funny? Some of this fabric I think is 30-something years old because when like on the Santielli fabric, I took the masking tape off and it's literally like a part of the fabric now. So I had to cut the whole, like, I just cut the whole section, but it's funny that masking tape sat there so long that the adhesive came off the tape and went on the fabric.
No, it's not, because that's the same thing Stephanie Candida said about getting rid of some of her old stuff. You kind of have to be careful. Like, depending on what you're making, it's not a big deal, but that is an issue with the when you're getting the very last rolls of vintage old fashioned fabricies.
I've been watching her. I haven't watched her latest videos because she's like the do's and don'ts of buying massive amounts, and I'm like, I don't want to hear that.
I
I
know
don't
she
want to
only
hear.
spent like less than $6,000 for all that her lot and the shipping and all the things, and I'm like, oh, that's not the worst amount of money I've ever spent.
I have a fabric that is old, I'm sure. That's and see, that's how I know Pam and I are the same elk. Like the Santee Alley stuff, I know for a fact that is from like 1991, 1992. The stars, I have a feeling that all of this stuff is from the factory that that is behind it. This all comes from Modelo, man, and
Like,
it's my age. I'm not in my 30s. I
you
wish I was. I'm in my 40s, but all the fabric is like 30 something years old.
it is, and as long as there's nothing wrong with that. Oh my
That's the
god.
only thing
Okay,
that. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
we are. I think I need to go to sleepy time soon, so I'm gonna call it a night.
I'm gonna weirdly go get some pancakes because I've been sitting here dreaming of working out is making me want pancakes.
No, you should just work out. You don't need pancakes, but
Oh,
you do you. I hope maybe I'll see you on the tomorrows. Thank you, everyone. You are amazing.
I have
For the
everything out right
future,
now. Go check me out. I have a video out. I have a short out, and I will soon be putting my thumbnail out for tomorrow's stream.
don't wait till tomorrow when you could be fabulous today, and don't laugh at others unless you've laughed at yourself. All right,
Have a
bye.
great night, everybody.